I love the abrupt ending. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Two Dudes Drinking Beer. My name is Josh.
My name is Alec.
It is Wednesday, the 19th of May. It's almost summertime. The end of spring is soon.
Yeah. We play some jazz music and you're like, this end of spring is coming up and everyone grab your loved one and
it's a beautiful day.
Look them in the eye and
the
say,
weather's
I love
nice.
you.
Today's 2DDB FFOTD, the fun fact of the day. The B now, the butthole.
The butthole.
Is that a group of porcupines is called a prickle.
I'd call them a gaggle of pricks.
That's a fun one. Nice.
I like that one.
Porcupines. Today we are drinking.
Oh yeah, beer.
We're drinking a sour ale today, made by Prairie.
I don't need to taste it.
Prairie Artisan Ales. Rainbow and
what up, Phantom? What up, Ghost Hand? It's Wednesday, my dudes.
Rainbow what? Read that. What is it called?
Sherbert.
Wrong.
Did you maybe read it just so you can have a fucking Proud Boy moment?
Yeah, there's no R. There's no second R in sherbet.
Look, everyone says it Sherbert.
This is the can for reference. It's nice and colorful. Reminds me of Fruit Stripe again. But it's supposed to taste like rainbow sherbet.
The smell.
Not sherbet.
The smell is like...
Smells like orange juice.
Yeah, it's juicy.
Orange is in rainbow sherbet.
Cheers. Here's to rainbow sherbet.
Sherbet.
Sherbet. Wow. Really carbonated. Very sweet.
It's not too sweet. Sup, Proud Boys. I'm proud and I'm a boy, but I'm not a proud boy.
Kind of a weird aftertaste.
It tastes like lemony.
Yeah, it's very carbonated. It's very juicy and sweet. Almost like a Nerds and Nerds Rope. I only know this because...
Gotta aerate it. Bring it up.
Phantom bought a big
flavor.
thing of like the Nerds Rope covered in nerds. Or like the... What is it? It's like the chewy rope by Willy Wonka's thing and then covered in nerds. It tastes like that.
Gummy clusters.
Gummy clusters. Phantom, you would love these.
Yeah, they're good. It tastes very citrusy, pretty lemony.
Yeah, very lemony, citrusy. Really, it's sour for sure. It's for sure very sour. The sourest beer we got so far.
That makes sense, Ghost Hand.
Yeah, I mean,
The citrus.
you want some more fruity, kind of like almost summery or tropical, kind of more easy going.
I mean, it's also been like forever since I've had a rainbow sherbet.
I gotta look that up because that's gonna bug the shit out of me.
Is what? Sherbet?
How to pronounce
There's no second R.
Damn it!
Fucking idiot.
Sherbet.
Yeah. Sherbet.
There's a fucking slow button. Click.
Sherbet.
For any idiots out there.
Also, if you're just looking at the text, sherbet. So, the illiterate one can read better than the illiterate one.
Sherbet is a name. Sherbet is a name for several different kinds of desserts or sweets. Sherbet is a variant spelling of the word sherbet. It's often considered a mistake. Damn.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, I guess it really is sherbet.
Just everyone says sherbet. Why? How that started? I don't know. That'd be a good entomology to figure out.
Well, that's all you, man. You're the one who took the class. So if you want to dig down that rabbit hole, you go right on ahead.
It was a speech class.
Yeah, on entomology. Eptomology.
No, that was one speech.
Speech. It's the one speech.
Why do people say sherbet?
Shooting stars. The more you know. Yeah, I like it. It's got a good first taste. The aftertaste is a little weird to me.
I like
it's
it.
a chalky aftertaste. Maybe we need to like stir it, or we should have mixed it a little. I feel like this definitely has ingredients that need to be mixed a little.
They
Should
might
have done the upside down thing.
They might just not have it labeled, but each one is a different layer of the sherbet. So like this one is like the fucking lemon one.
Yeah. The next one's gonna be the
gonna
strawberry.
An orange one. That'd be fucking cool.
That'd be impressive.
Because there was 4 in a pack. Mm-hmm. And there's more than 4 colors on here, but
I do like the sour of it. It's a very good sour. It's just the aftertaste is a bit chalky, like it's powdery for me, and I'll mix up the second one. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It just kind of seems like it needs to be moved around just a little bit, get everything mixed together. Yeah, and the colorful cans are great. Josh and I have this beer wall over here, and we have to put up every beer that we like. First of all, it has to be one we both like, and then it has to have an interesting can or bottle. And those are the only qualifications. But the main thing is that we both like it. Yes. And the Victory Monkey Sour Monkey one.
We drank that with Raul.
Yeah, that was a really good one, man.
He just bought it. He didn't drink it with us.
It was a really good one. But this one's really good for a sour. I do like sour beers. It's just the aftertaste is a bit thick.
So I did find some entomology for you.
Send it.
The word sherbet comes from Turkish serbet. I'm mispronouncing that because there's a little fucking tail on the S, which is from Persian in Arabic, which in turn comes from sharbat, Arabic,
Shark bag.
sharbah, a drink, from shariba, to drink.
This is getting
Also
really...
called sorbet,
Sorbet,
which comes from French sorbet, from Italian sorbetto, and in turn from Turkish serbet, mispronounced correctly because the fucking tail on the S. The word is cognate to syrup in English.
So you're really just saying syrup in
Yes.
another language.
Sounds like a Pokemon. Probably.
It probably is.
Could be one day.
Sorbet. Sorbet. Now I just imagine like a small little muck monster, like made out of fucking goop. Sorbet. He's brown, looks like maple syrup. He's just fucking Canadian. The first Canadian Pokemon. Sorbet. Play hockey. Sorbet.
They can't make another pile of goo because they already exist.
Well, they can make a Canadian one. They could make his head disconnect from his mouth when he talks. Sorbet. Like in South Park.
Okay. All like the Canadians.
Because that's how Canadians talk. Sorry. Fucking get a better language.
They speak English and French.
I know. Whatever your fucking accent is, knock it off.
They can't
It's not
help it.
cute.
It's a regional thing.
Yeah, they can help it.
You have an accent?
No. It's what's funny is that you say that is English in the Northern America is the least accented language in the world. On the East Coast, we have accents like Boston and New York, and Southern accents like I fucked my sister, shit like that. But in California, the more west you go, the less accented the language becomes, and it's the first language that's been written to have no accent, because like when you sing, there's no accents, right? There's like
Couldn't you say that is an accent in itself?
No, because
it's
accents,
just a way of talking.
No, because accents are emphasized syllables and like emphasis on the syllable. Like the way you speak is how it comes across, but it's not monotone, but it's very flat. In China, if you say ma, it's like mom. If you go ma, it means cow. So they're spelt the same, but you have to read them different based on the context to get the actual word derived from it.
So
don't call your mom a cow.
I would never. So if someone makes fun of how we talk here over on the West Coast,
You want to know how they do
say
it?
our California accent,
You want to know how they do it?
they do the Valley
And-
accent.
Okay, if you speak English in China or Asian countries,
Never been.
They go because their
Fuck.
because their languages don't have F and TH sounds. Only Western countries do.
But they can't fucking say R's
Yeah, they do. They say R all the time.
as L's.
On my lunch break.
Yeah.
Yeah, so They say ours
No,
all
they
the
can't-
time.
they can't do
They
Ls.
can't say f and th. Well, I'm sure they could, but it's like that's how they make fun of our accents because they're like, like what's with all the? Because it's a big part of the language. That's all they hear. So when they hear, that's kind of them being like, what the fuck is going on with you? Are you broken? Like.
Stop hyperventilating.
So, no, I'm good to go, bro. I got energy.
Not you, them.
Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. Quit hyperventilating yourself. Say that 5 times fast.
Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself.
No,
Quit hitting yourself.
Quit hyperventilating yourself.
Quit hyperventilating yourself. Quit hyperventilating yourself. Quit hyperventilating yourself. Quit hyperventilating yourself. Quit hyperventilating yourself. Quit hyperventilating yourself.
Say toy boat 5 times fast.
Toy boat. Toy boat. Toy boat.
I've only been able to do that once. And then, what's the other one? This is another good tongue twister you can't say fast, but toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. Boom!
That was way more than 5.
I'll take it. I'm the only one who could do it. Everyone else is like, toy boy.
And you can't say worldly.
Worldly. That's my tongue twister. Worldly.
You fucking idiot.
Worldly. Worldly.
So I found something on the internet the other day, and I already shared it with you guys. It was people will swim in the ocean even though there are definitely a lot of corpses in it, but they won't swim in a pool with a corpse in it. Humans have a corpse to water ratio that is acceptable for them to swim in.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's a proximity thing because pools are tiny. And if you see a dead body next to you, you're probably like, I want to get out of this water. But how many corpses, first of all, do you think are in the ocean? Well, they're skeletons at this point.
Are we counting only people or fish too? Because that's just fucking.
If I see a dead fish in my pool, I'm not gonna be like, okay. I'm gonna wonder how it got there. One, but I'm not gonna get out.
Who brought me goldfish? Well, first off, Phantom wants me to say war turtle 5 times fast. War turtle, war turtle, war turtle, war turtle, war turtle, war turtle, war turtle.
I like you're saying world turtle.
World turtle. And let me just start this explanation off with a short story of when I lived in the West Creek apartments. There was someone who would notoriously take a shit in the pool, probably about once a week, and it would get the pool shut down for like 2 to 3 weeks at a time.
So there's also a poo to water ratio as well.
My point being is, I don't want to swim in someone's shit because it's like.
But if you don't know it's there, like you know how like they have like the trapper for like the leaves that goes up and down. If it's just chilling in there and you don't know it,
But here's the thing: I've swum in some pools covered in leaves, so there's no water to leaf ratio for me. I was like, I'm not gonna clean the fucking pool.
well, if the poo
Splash.
is stuck in the leaf trap, and you don't know it's there, do you still swim in the pool?
The question is, it's like, who put this goldfish in my pool? It's like, who waffle stomped my fucking pool filter with fucking turds? There's a bigger issue than the ratio at that point.
The
it's
one
like,
guy who
who's breaking into my house, shitting in my pool, and then being like, oops, and then stuffing it in the filter, trying to hide it, and then probably continuing to swim for a little bit before drying off and being like, well, I'll just pretend like this never happened.
You have to.
I guess. I'm sorry, what's the original question?
The corpse to water ratio. So like when was the last time you went to the beach? And then when was the last time you went into the ocean?
It's been a while. I get sunburnt super easy, so.
Wear sunscreen, dumbass.
But when chill. First of all, chill. When I go to the beach, it's like I burn easy, and I notice when I get in the water, it makes my skin burn even easier.
Yeah, reflections.
And even with sunscreen, it usually will wipe off because it's like you need to wait 30 to 45 minutes, I guess, to let it sit properly.
Yeah.
And
we say fuck that.
And yeah, I usually go, let's go. And that's kind of my day. And then I walk away super sunburned. But
So it's been a while since you've been in the ocean water.
In the ocean water, yeah. I mean, I've got my feet in. That's pretty.
So you're like swimming with dead people?
Huh?
Did you enjoy it? You have a good time.
I feel like you're just assuming you're taking a very small thing from a tweet and being like, "You swim with dead people, freak!" And it's like,
it wasn't a tweet.
All right, well,
It was a shower thought on Reddit.
That's a poop thought. That's
Either
a poop shower.
You don't poop in the
High
shower?
thought. High shower poop thought. High poop shower thought. You know what I was? I mean, yeah, I poop in the shower. I throw it in my neighbor's pool and then call it a day.
Out the window. Sometimes it just lands on the roof.
Hey man, let
That's
nature
one big ass bird.
let things fall the way they may. You know, let the dominoes fall the way they're supposed to. Introduce a little chaos in your life.
Spice it up.
I'm sorry. I imagine someone like hook shotting shit over their neighbor's fence. And you being like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm trying to spice up my life."
You're spicing up your life and theirs.
Spice it up. I was like, dude, you're just throwing shit. Like, reject modernity, accept monk.
You could use a slingshot. Just don't
But-
have it snap back at you.
You'd have to put in some work to form that ball of shit. Let's be honest. You gotta have to. You imagine?
gloves.
I couldn't do that because like I'd be heartbroken. I'd be like, "Oh, it's so perfect. It's the perfect ball of shit." I worked so hard on that ball of shit for 2 seconds of fucking splat. Like it's like when you cook a meal, it takes you 30 minutes and only 5 to eat it. You're like, damn.
It takes me way longer than 5 minutes to eat.
It doesn't take me longer than 5 minutes. I go
Takes you
fucking
30 seconds, and then you feel
I go,
like
I go,
shit.
that was good. And then I feel hungry again after another hour. But,
You don't even enjoy the food.
well, I do. I love
You don't
food.
savor it.
I don't know how to taste. I've been told this my whole life. You eat too fast. Eat it. Taste it. Enjoy it. But I'm always in survival mode. I'm like, go. Let's go.
It's because your fight or flight is broken.
Yeah, that might be it. I'm just always like, eat and then go back to war.
You eat for necessity, not for pleasure.
That sounds about right.
I eat for pleasure.
I feel like that's most American mentality. It's like,
That's why we're fat.
well, it's like I gotta eat this thing on the go and then work while you eat and then just drive through. It's easy, it's fast, it's there.
Most times.
It's always there.
Different accents and dialects. Throwing shit at your neighbor's lawn. Yes. And we're only in the first 17 minutes.
Yeah, we haven't even touched our notes yet, which,
That was my first note, actually.
Oh, was it
the
really?
corpse to water ratio.
look, here's the thing. I think it's like with the ocean,
130 million square miles.
it's in school, out of school, right? It's like, where's an appropriate place to like go swimming? Probably not Pearl Harbor. You know, like,
I would try it out.
I know you would.
There's a lot of oil, though.
I know you would,
Gotta
but that's
dodge that.
But that's the thing is like a lot of people would probably be like, no, like what's one place that's like somewhere you shouldn't dig a hole? Probably a graveyard. You know, like it's just like there's dead bodies there. Is it a grave? Is it water? It's not for swimming. You gotta accept it at one point. You're like, I will swim in this part of the ocean. I will not swim in that part of the ocean.
Well, it's also like our beaches are pretty shallow. You gotta go pretty fucking far out to get deep. So there's not gonna be just like a fucking skelly hanging out on the beach,
It'd be awesome though.
15 feet in.
That's my point though. Is
like
like
deep
it's
ocean shit.
it's proximity. So I'd say not a water to dead body ratio. I'd say it's a proximity to anything ratio. Like if you went to like Chili's
Out of sight, out of mind.
and there was just a dead guy with his head bleeding open, you wouldn't be like, chicken sandwich, please.
There's a lady with a taser.
If there's that's a little different. She can't. She got the drop on us. But if you walk into the Chili's and you're like, that lady's got a taser, we're going somewhere else. Like we're turning the fuck around. We were only in there for like an hour and a half. If you walk into a Chili's and there's a dead body there, you're like, I'm gonna go somewhere else. If you get there and you're halfway through a meal, and then a body dies, a person dies, then there's a little bit of wiggle room where you could be like, I could finish this or I could take it to go. I feel like most people would take it to go, but there's going to be someone out there who's going to finish it. It's the proximity of how close you are to the dead body. If you're on the other side of the restaurant and the ambulance is like, we'll take care of it, we're over here, enjoy your meal, nothing's happening. I'd be like, cool, dude. If it's the booth next to me and someone just got his head blown off and there's like chunks of brain matter in my burger now,
protein.
that's probably not going to go over as well as if it was on the other side of the restaurant.
Protein.
And I think it's safe to say we could summarize being in the ocean and the dead body's over there and swimming over here. And if there's a dead body, like if there's a shark attack, you're not going to go in the water. You know what I'm saying? It's not a water to dead body ratio.
No, but I want to watch a shark attack.
Yeah, I know. You're kind of weird. Gonna jerk off to it too.
No, not in public. In private,
all beaches are in public.
Yeah, you got to eat it and gain their knowledge.
That would have
Eat the brain matter.
that does make sense.
It's like how we swap blood. Mm-hmm. Made me more autistic.
It's not a water to dead body ratio. It's a dead body proximity.
How many feet would you say your proximity is?
Like seeing a murder, or like just being like, "Hey, don't come over here. There's a body."
You're swimming and you just see something floating like 50 feet away.
See, that's the dangerous thing, right? Because I'd see something 50 feet away and be like, "Huh." 40 feet away. What the fuck? 30 feet away. What the fuck? 20 feet away. No. Hey, bro. 10 feet away. Dude. A foot away. Oh my God, you're dead. And then I swim the fuck away.
So your proximity is about a foot. Until you'll leave.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, are you walking in on the body, or do you know the body's there?
It's just there. It exists.
See, I guess...
Like, you're hanging out, it just fucking floats by.
Shit.
50 feet away?
That's the thing, though. Like I said, is like, do I know it's a body? Do I know it's a body 50 feet away?
It's gray. There's chunks coming out of it because fish were snacking on it.
Does it smell bad?
You would smell it, yes.
I go home immediately.
50 feet?
Mm-hmm, 50 feet. If I'm about to see a dead shark carcass or a dead whale or a dead otter or a dead human, a dead baby, it doesn't matter. I'm going home. That shit smells bad.
You wouldn't cut open the beached whale and watch it explode?
No, can we...
Oh, God, I'd
Oh, my
love
God.
that. That'd be so cool.
You're just trying to get all these topics to make me throw up.
No, that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, really. How often do you
I've
see
seen dead fish.
How often do you see a beached whale that's dead?
I've seen a lot of beach dolphins.
Stick your dick in its blowhole?
No, it was chewed out by a shark. I would have, though.
Apparently in Ghost Hand, they had a lot of grave robbers a couple years ago
Really?
in Brazil.
Damn.
That's like crackhead energy. Just melt down and sell metal.
Yeah. I got these tooth fillings. Where'd you get them? Don't matter, man. They're gold. They don't need them no more. The fuck?
College had a class. See the side effects of gunshots in the mouth, knife attacks. Hey, Nani, how's it going?
What up, Nani?
Real graphic stuff. Saw so much. Kind of desensitized. That was me in the early ages of the internet.
Can I get another one?
Of course you can.
Boop.
Don't forget to mix this one like I did.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Is it better when you mix it?
I don't know. You said you were going to try it.
Yeah. Oh, I've been stirring it like this, just throwing it around.
It's not the same.
It makes it a little better when you kind of swish it, spread it. Just mix it around a little bit.
But yeah, I'd fuck with a beached whale.
Here's the thing. Like, I've been desensitized to certain things. Dead people's not one of them. Like, blood and guts and shit like that. Like, for whatever reason, it just kind of like... It takes me to a place where I'm like... Whoa. Like,
for me, the only thing is I can't watch people break bones.
do you think that comes from something, or is it just...
It's just grody. It's just gross.
Yeah. For me, it's the smell, right? And I've smelled a bunch of dead things coming up in a family of like outdoorsmen.
Hunters.
I've gutted a lot of animals, and it's never been the guts. It's never been the blood. It's just the fucking smell.
You don't know how to clean a fish?
I know how to clean a fish, but I don't want to because it smells bad.
You said you didn't, and I said I would show you on the show.
No, okay, look, I can gut and clean a fish. I can scale it, I can cook it. But if it smells like fucking just wet, sopping fucking fish, I can't do it.
Probably broke with one of the fucking sacks. But it doesn't always smell.
I guess it's possible, but it's usually like a really bad smell.
Either or. Compound fractures are bad. Yes.
You would know, man.
Don't recommend.
That's one of the rough ones. You really got you're like number one, by the way, in like worst broken bones I've seen. Not like I guess broken bones, but like with your finger, man. Jesus, that shit. I don't know. I couldn't imagine.
I broke my toe. That actually wasn't that bad. Really tiny fracture. His mouth were literal gutters. Removing a tooth and have that putrid smell.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like the smell for me.
Just take some Febreze, spray it in their mouth.
Yeah. You good. Smack them on the ass. Are you allowed to do that? It's Brazil.
Yeah.
We need to sue me. We have good dentists out here, not lawyers. I don't know if you guys have lawyers out there that are good, but I'm just trying to talk some shit.
There's lawyers everywhere. It's kind of like a universal profession.
For sure. Yeah, man, and for me it's just always been smell. It's never really been like blood and guts, but like when I see blood and guts now, it's like I can smell it. I imagine the smell, and that's what happens. Like that's the fucking dilemma for me, because it's like I don't want to sit there and like imagine a smell.
Can you taste a smell?
Yeah, smells basically taste.
But like if you smell like a candle and like, damn, this tastes exactly, or this smells like it tastes exactly like this.
Sure.
I don't know how the fuck to describe it like accurately, because
Well, have you ever had like a cinnamon roll candle?
No.
Candle that smells like a cinnamon roll?
Sure.
There's candles that smell like cinnamon rolls.
And tastes that smell like,
And then-
tastes that taste like smells.
And then if you eat a cinnamon roll, you'll be like, wow, they nailed that smell. Which is why you can label it cinnamon roll.
Did someone try it?
Nobody ate it. No one's eating candles out here, bro. I'm telling you, you can smell something so accurate that it smells like something you'd eat. It's probably just extract.
What are they extracting from a cinnamon roll?
Cinnamon, all the sugar.
Rolls?
Yeah, dude. I think you're overthinking this. I don't think it's very hard to make a candle.
Make a candle then.
No.
Buy some beeswax and some essential oils and a wick. Takes like 3 seconds.
I don't think it takes only 3 seconds.
You melt down the wax, put some drops of oil in it.
You melt the wax in 3 seconds. Oh,
Okay, smart ass.
stumped him.
You can make a candle very quick.
Sure, but okay. Not from the productivity of making of candle making. We're talking about the accuracy of smell. What's your fucking? Give me your car thing. Is it still there? The air freshener?
No, it's over there.
Oh, okay. Well, usually it's like if it's got orange color, it smells like orange, tangerine, or like a Hawaiian mist. Blues like cool breeze, frost mountain, something. What's it? Babbling brook. Red's more like cinnamon, or what's the other Christmassy thing? It's like cinnamon, pine. Thank you. Those kind of flavors, taste, smells. So it's definitely geared and built towards that thing. And when you have the cinnamon roll candle, it's brown and it's got little white parts like cinnamon rolls do. Like it's got like almost like a drizzle on sugar. It smells just like a cinnamon roll. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what the question is. I don't know
There was no
why I'm
question.
still fucking talking. Why am I still talking?
I just said you should make a candle, and you said no, and I said it doesn't take that long.
No, you were saying like, can candles taste
I just said
the
can
way
you
it
taste,
smells?
Can you
No.
taste smells?
Can you taste smells?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I associate certain smells with certain tastes. Like if I eat something, I'm like, damn, this smells. This
Tastes like blue.
Yeah, it's just like this weird fucking concept where it's like, damn, this tastes like that fucking can of like Febreze.
Yeah.
Something so weird I've said that people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? The mix test.
I think we've discussed this like 3 times now, though, where it's like smell is taste and taste is smell. It's like it goes through the same sinus canal. So it only makes sense to be
Your
like...
nose is a loop.
It only makes sense to be like, yeah, yeah, it's not going to go through the brain, then to the lungs.
Well, it goes through your mouth. It's
Yeah,
a loop.
that's my point.
That's how you can use a neti pot and still breathe. You ever used a neti pot?
I pause so you got the wheel, bro. You got I'm fucking listening.
Do you know what a
You have
neti
my-
pot is?
Just tell me what a fucking neti pot is. I'm on the edge of my seat
I'm
here.
asking you if you know.
I do not.
Okay, so neti pot is the thing that cleans out your sinuses. You fill it with water, not sink water. It has to be distilled or boiled, and obviously not still hot. And you put like a little solution in it to like
Oh, and you do, yeah.
you dump it in, it comes out the other.
You show me that actually. It's like a little teapot to clean your sinuses.
Yeah, it's called a neti pot.
I want to get that actually.
Do it. They sell them at CVS.
It's so gross though. You see, like I've seen the demo videos. It's like so much snot coming out. I couldn't do it. I'd be like, nah, I'm good, fam. I'm good over here. 10 kilometers away from that dead neti pot.
The mix test. Any different? Still lemony?
Very good. It is better. You need to mix it.
Oh, I can't.
It's more lemony. Not chalky though. Not at all.
Mine was never chalky.
Well, like I said, mine was only the aftertaste, so I figured it was because it wasn't mixed, and like some of the, I guess, powder would just be sitting stagnant, and you get like a bunch of that at the end. But
I didn't get that in the first time.
well, damn, man.
Did you know that Christopher Columbus fucked a llama? I learned this earlier today. I don't know if it's true or not. I saw it on TikTok, so I think it is. But someone was talking about like, damn, people knew like he fucked a llama, but what a lot of people didn't know is that he also fucked a manatee. And apparently it was a thing back in the day, like a couple hundred years ago, where sailors would fuck manatees because they thought they were mermaids. Because they have womanly knees.
Christopher Columbus, the OG furry.
Yes. And when I say manatees have womanly knees, I'm going to show you. And you're going to say, like, damn.
Do they have womanly knees? Do manatees have knees? I know they're curvy. Wait, so manatees would just like let them fuck them?
It's an animal. It's not going to stop you.
I'm gonna blow my nose again. Fucking going crazy over here. These allergy seasons.
Beluga whale. Fucking, I guess.
Beluga whale?
Well, I'm going to show you a sexy looking manatee knee.
Some sexy, some manatee meat. Yeah, ghost town. That's what I was saying. Smell equals taste equals neurological triggers for memories and ideas, and that's kind of why I'm like,
That looks like a lady.
trapped inside of a frog.
And then he wasn't a fan of the manatee because it had masculine.
Well, if you type it in manatee knees, and it's like high tube socks. if you're dating someone related to Christopher Columbus, he's gonna go crazy when you wear these socks.
But yeah, he wasn't a fan because it had manly facial features.
He's like, I'll fuck you because of your body, but that face is not for me.
Beluga whales too. They got the knees.
That's so weird.
Beluga.
Why have I
Why
never
did they
seen
do
that before?
Beluga whales have the knees too. They got wide childbirthing hips.
That's weird. Could you imagine being out at sea for so long? You're just like, you know what? I bet I could fit my dick in that.
Stick my dick in a whale.
It must feel kind of weird, right? You have sex with a beluga whale. You get home to your wife, start dunking your head in water. You're like, you need to breathe, don't you, bitch? Get them gills some air.
They breathe oxygen. They're mammals.
Oh, really? The look on your face looks like I just killed a child in front of you.
Whales are mammals. That's why they have blowholes. That's how they breathe. They don't have gills.
Wait, do they have vaginas or buttholes? Or do they just
Yes.
fuck their blowholes?
No, blowholes for breathing.
Look up whale vagina.
I'm okay with not doing that. You can do it.
All right. Maintaining stable sex relationships with their trainers.
Dolphins are sexual deviants. They
I know
rape people.
I know dolphins often rape people who go visit dolphins. They are very, very horny. And they're one of the few species on the planet that have sex for fun, not for reproductive purposes. They do it just because they like to orgasm.
I also learned today on TikTok that hippos...
Wait, what was the animal he fucked?
I'm
Raped? I mean, that's got to be a rape. Like,
a manatee.
there's no way a manatee consents to fucking Christopher Columbus's dick.
No animal can. But hippos evolved from dolphins as well. They essentially, the same animal that became a dolphin also became a hippo.
Huh?
So,
I'm sorry, I'm looking at vagina pictures right now.
Okay, so the same animal that evolved to become a dolphin also became a hippo. Hippos are related to dolphins.
That's so badass.
Yeah.
Hippos are badass, dude.
Hippos will fuck you up. They kill a lot of people a year.
Look at this. A manatee eating a shark.
A manatee fucking a shark.
Oh, God damn. Oh, God
Scroll
damn. Hang on. It's this one.
I don't think that's an animal.
I don't know if it is either.
don't be afraid.
I don't want to. It's licensable. Nope, that's a woman's vagina.
That's not an animal, sir.
Oh, God.
Yeah, hippos kill about 3,000 people a year.
Typed in fucking manatee vagina and just an actual baby getting born pops up.
Yeah, hippos are wild. They kill other baby
Oh,
hippos.
Jesus. Oh,
Stop
God.
looking at whale pussy. You fucking weirdo. I know you're like fat girls, but man, come on.
Oh, my God. I cannot unsee that.
What did you expect?
You know? I thought the first one was a manatee's pussy. But the second one was definitely a manatee pussy.
Hi.
Oh, dear God.
Hi, welcome to Two Dudes Drinking Beer, where we look at animal vaginas for fun.
To see if we'd fuck them. Christopher Columbus, you're a sick fucker, dude. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Jesus Christ.
That was the most horrifying thing I've ever seen.
You didn't have to search that.
Oh,
You chose to do that.
like you said, man, there's a dead body in the water. I just chose to swim a little closer.
You will be your own downfall. The only thing to kill you is you. Nothing else is you're gonna get yourself killed.
Wow.
Regain. Refocus.
Restart the computer, dude.
You're probably gonna dream about that later.
It's gonna haunt me for a while. See, the thing was, I reacted so strongly from the first one because I was like, oh shit, that looks like a woman's vagina. That looks very real.
Yeah, they're like corkscrews, Ghost Hand.
The manatees.
No, the duck penises.
Yeah, ducks have to rape other ducks. Did you know that?
And duck vaginas have like dead end canals as well.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty insane.
Yeah, ducks. It's funny too because the way it actually evolved was ducks have a corkscrew penis and female ducks have a vagina that's corkscrew but in the opposite direction.
Counterclockwise.
So they have to actually rape the other ducks in order to reproduce. Oh, dude, nature is fucking terrible. You know what's so crazy though is like humans can look at other humans and like I was saying for the first one I was like it's gross because it looks just like a woman's vagina. Turns out it was a woman's vagina with a baby in it.
I could tell just by looking at it that it wasn't a fucking animal.
The second one, I don't know.
You're a changed man. Did you like what you saw?
No, it was so gross. If I had to describe it, have you ever seen, like, I remember thinking it was like water, but with like a bunch of sewage in it.
So like a sewer system.
A sewer system, but it had the fucking wrinkles around it, like the butthole and the vagina. And they're just both right there.
Nature.
People actually fuck those, dude.
Back in the day, I don't think they do it now.
You imagine your husband getting back from like fucking sea?
It was only like 1500.
That's not an excuse. He's gonna fuck this giraffe. He's gonna fuck this animal
You gotta climb a giraffe.
because
to
a
get there.
woman's not here.
ISIS fuck sheep.
Yeah, both
Is
fuckers.
ISIS still even a thing? Mm-hmm. I haven't heard about them in a
We
while.
have 5 ongoing wars now. ISIS is the opposition in every single one of those.
Yeah, we just don't hear about them.
It's because it's backed by Russia. Because Russia's just like, hey, you want some AK-47s? And they're like, sure. And America's like, no, we said not to do that. And then they're like, go, run quickly. Spread out. And they did.
Hide in the sand.
Mm-hmm.
Still a huge market for sexual exploitation of female chimps in some African countries.
This is a rock bottom. This is the low point for me, I gotta say. I'm fucking...
You did this to yourself, sir.
Did I? People didn't have to rape animals.
You also didn't have to go looking for pictures of the orifice that was used.
That was curious.
You did that to yourself. That's a whole nother kind of fucking curious.
It's a hole, all right.
Not even. I don't even think I would be like, I want to see what it looks like.
Well, I was trying to be funny, and then it's just like... I took the L on that one.
You did, yes.
Jesus Christ.
Point.
Let's talk about Demi Lovato.
What are they doing?
What is they doing?
What are they doing?
Well, aside from shaving they had to take
There.
their power back...
Just because they... Okay, so Demi Lovato switched her pronouns. They are now non-binary. Because you can just do that on a fucking flip of a switch.
After fucking cussing out a fucking diabetic cookie place.
A regular cookie place.
A bakery, that's the word. You know, I've never been to a bakery. You ever gone to...
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I guess I've been to a bakery.
You ever been to like a panaderia? Those are pretty cool. Ever been to Sprinkles? In Westlake?
I've been to Baskin Robbins.
That's not a bakery.
They make cakes.
That is an ice cream shop.
I've walked past bakeries. I've been in a bakery one time to pick up a cake with a friend, but I've never like woke up and been like, I need to go to the bakery. I need to get some fresh bread.
Gosan, I think we have too many words for things. Because there's literally like...
What aren't we describing enough?
In Spanish, there's like words that don't translate to English. So I guess you could say there's not
No
enough.
mames.
That fucking means literally nothing.
No mames.
That definition is different depending on who you ask. Taco Bell and McDonald's. Taco Bell. I haven't had McDonald's in forever.
Yeah, I'd go with
You
Taco
just
Bell.
had Taco Bell yesterday though, didn't you? So get McDonald's. What the fuck?
I gotta be in the mood for McDonald's, and I'm only in the mood for McDonald's for breakfast. Like, unless it's like, I need some chicken nuggets.
I wouldn't even go to McDonald's for chicken nuggets anymore.
I know. I only do McDonald's breakfast, and it's way too goddamn expensive now. It's way too much money.
So yeah, Demi Lovato changed their pronouns just cause.
Do you think it's for clout? That's my main question. Is do you think she tried to do the whole shave my head? Do you think they tried to do the whole shave my head? This needs to stop. All the social justice with that bakery, and then changing her pronouns. Do you think it's got to be for clout?
I think that they also mentioned, and something I read, that when they were going through like their whole kind of recovery for like before they made like their big comeback,
they sounds like multiple, right? So it's I imagine like a group of Demi Lovato.
They is one or multiple people.
They is one. Now you sound kind of ignorant.
They can be a singular or multiple people.
Can it?
Yes, it can.
I gotta Google they. They definition. Only in 2021.
They were saying that.
They were saying that this, then the, was, then what?
That they were doing a lot of soul searching, and I guess they just kind of stumbled across this thing. It was
used to refer to two or more people or things previously mentioned or easily identified.
If I'm talking about someone who isn't there, I would call them they, though. That's one person. Be like,
used to refer, they did get the definition of it too. Used to refer to a person of unspecified gender.
Even if they are specified. So let's say I'm talking about you, right? And you're not here. Be like, if I'm talking to someone else, like, yeah, Alex got his car in the shop.
You already said his car in the shop.
I can still call you they. And they're like, oh, what's wrong? And it's like, yeah, they don't know what's wrong.
That implies the people at the shop.
You don't know what's wrong either. That's why you took it there. It doesn't matter. It can still refer to a singular person.
Why not it?
You can.
Why not? Alec took his car to the shop. It doesn't know what's wrong with it.
If you want, you can. That's kind of the beauty of it. Look at you stumbling across neo-pronouns.
It's a neo-pronoun.
New ones. I like how you needed the pronunciation of they. Ghost Head thinks it's both. A little bit of clout, a little bit of, hey, this thing is neat. It makes me feel nice.
Here's a good one that I never thought of. Informally, a group of people in authority regarding collectively. They cut off my water. Just whoever's in charge.
Yeah,
ask someone if they can help.
You don't know their name or names. There is one person. They are. That can be one person, at least.
Used to refer to a person whose gender or sexual identity does not correspond to the traditional binary opposition of male and female.
Ghost Hand gave us knowledge. It comes of as derogatory. It implies that the person is an immaterial object.
So does they.
That's literally...
Used to refer to two things or previously mentioned things. People or things previously mentioned.
Okay, it's the same thing. It doesn't matter.
Well, it does, because if I say it, it's going to offend somebody.
Because that's not their pronoun, dickhead.
Can someone choose it as their pronoun?
If they fucking want to, they can. Yes. Motherfucker is gender neutral. Just call everybody a motherfucker.
I'm down with that. That's a great idea.
If someone
It's Norse. The Norse gods would be upset.
Most English did come from that area.
It's actually gone down over time until 2020 or 2019.
That's like 2016.
A big spike in theys. What's the green line? Oh, just capitalized.
The point is, people can use words to describe anything. It doesn't matter. Words are words.
I'm not arguing that. I'm saying, do you think she did it for clout? Do you think she's going to drop an album in the next year and be like...
I mean, they're going to do that regardless.
Do you think...
That's their job as a musician.
Do you think
performer, rather.
Do you think they're using the platform they have to pander to transgender, queer,
you
lesbian...
can just say LGBT.
LGBT, yeah. I was trying to name them all off, but...
Just makes you look more ignorant.
No, I mean, I was trying to be sensitive to it. If that's ignorant, then I was trying my best. Sorry.
Okay.
But, I mean...
I don't think...
I can't see this as anything other than a marketable thing.
I think they're coming from a good place. I don't think that Demi Lovato is trying to pander. If they are, that's kind of fucked up. But I think they're doing it from a place of sincerity. Like, I don't think Ellen Page did it. Or Elliot Page now.
I don't think Elliot Page did it there either, but I feel like there's a part of me that can always tell when something's genuine or not, and this just doesn't feel genuine.
I mean, we don't...
Do you know what I'm saying?
We don't know the minds of celebrities.
Totally. Absolutely not. But
they operate on a completely different wavelength.
But I feel the same way. When I listen to music, I'll be like, this song's good because I feel it feels genuine. It feels authentic. It feels real. And other songs, I'm like, it doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel like they don't have guns. And in rap songs, like they don't carry guns or whatever. Or it's like Chris Brown. It's like...
Plant Daddy. Welcome back.
Plant Daddy. What's up, man? Shit like it's just, and that's the thing, right? Is to be like, oh, it's a feeling, but it's also like I can't ignore that feeling. I can't ignore that voice in the back of my head.
Drinking Fat Tire? Nice.
Fuck yeah, Fat Tire's good.
We're drinking Rainbow Sherbet.
Sherbet.
It's a sour ale.
It's really good. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's weird because it's like I feel like this whole discussion is like they feel their feelings and I feel my feelings, and it's just my feelings versus they feelings on this, and it's like
their
feelings on this, and it's like it's just feelings. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, but it doesn't matter how you feel. What matters is how they feel.
Why do their feelings matter more than mine?
Because if they want to do something, they're still gonna do it. It doesn't matter what you think about it. If they want to.
I'm not saying they can't do it. I'm just saying it feels like an advertisement or a publicity stunt.
That's your opinion.
No, that's my feeling.
That's still your opinion. That's what you think about it. Yeah?
But their opinion doesn't draw... The line for opinion stops at gender identity?
No. What you think that Demi is doing is pandering, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you think about it. That's your opinion.
Mm-hmm. Full stop.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say anything. It doesn't matter what you think. It matters what they do. And we're never going to know if that is their true intention. Because I don't think if they had that in mind, they're not going to be like, yeah, I switched my pronouns just so I can make money off of you fuckers.
No one's going to say that.
Of course. No one would say that. That's ridiculous.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I think it just takes away from the overall, like, you know how we were talking about people who say fake rape allegations? It takes away from people who really are raped and they try to prosecute their rapists. It makes people who actually feel that way or identify differently different. And I feel like in an environment right now, it's oversaturated with everyone coming out being like, I'm they now, I'm this now. And it's cool. I'm proud of you, like, do you. But I can't help but feel when there's millions of dollars on the line that there's some people out there, Demi Lovato being one of them, doing it just for clout.
Sure.
And that's all I got to say.
I believe some people, they do think that way, some people. But, I mean, in this case, I don't think that right now.
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have to wait and to see what they do.
You know what it's like? It's like I read.
I'm taking it all at face value.
Sure, and I mean, good. I mean, I just like I said, it's just my feel. It's my initial reaction is like that feels weird. That doesn't seem right. Not that it has anything to do with me anyway, but like, it's one of those things. Like, I just fucking lost it.
Of course, Plan Daddy. You're not wrong with the climate stance as it does.
You know, I read it somewhere. It said it's a. So just bear with me because this is going to sound very unkind. They said that Greta Thunberg was brought up as a figurehead for climate change to champion the movement because if anyone said anything about climate change, they could be like, oh, you hate Greta Thunberg. You hate children. You hate minors. You're attacking a little girl.
Well, that's just them making her a scapegoat.
Sure. I think it's kind of the same tactic to where it's like you.
Who's the scapegoat in this scenario?
I said, bear with me. The scapegoat isn't. Well, the scapegoat's Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato is the one being like, I'm they now. Like, I'm a figurehead for this group or this idea or this belief. And if you say anything about it, you hate me for being who I am. And no one can say you hate Greta Thunberg because she's 13, 14. And no one can say you hate someone for finding their gender identity because that's what people, need to do.
Sure you can.
Hate someone for finding their gender identity?
You can hate someone for any reason. You don't need a real reason to hate people.
Sure, but it's an ignorant. It's not chill.
You can hate Demi Lovato before they changed their pronouns.
Sure, but
hate her because she's doing crack and is on Disney.
Hate her because she did heroin.
Same shit.
But that's not the thing. Like I don't even care about the drugs thing. I'm like, damn, are you really switching up just for attention and clout? And like, it's one of those things like you guys are saying, like you can't go up and ask her and be like, are you doing this for the money? Because it'd be like all of a sudden you're like talking to that Greta Thunberg being like, fuck the climate. You don't know shit. You're only 13. It's like, are you doing this for the money? How dare you ask me that? I'm proud to be who I am. And it's like, it's one of those things. It's like, it's a feelings argument of like, you feel this way, I feel that way. There's no facts in between it. How do you find the truth in that? How do you be like, you did it for the money?
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah. No, that's pretty to the point. Heroin. Yeah. One is not the same. What do you mean one is not the same?
That's when I said crack.
Oh, yeah. One is not the same as the other. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know drugs.
And that's the thing is like, good Christian boy. Minecraft server. Christians only.
Yes, no swearing, please. On my show about not obsessively,
drinking a lot.
Over consuming alcohol.
Talk to you. You have a past experience with heroin and crack?
Spit it.
I
think you said, let me tell you something.
I don't know, man. I just feel like it's one of those things. It's like people are trying to get ahead of the argument by being, oh yeah, I remember that. No, people getting ahead of the argument by being like, let's have this figurehead be Greta Thunberg, and you can't say fuck climate change because then you're saying fuck Greta Thunberg. Let's have Demi Lovato say.
I mean, you can still say fuck Greta Thunberg. She literally came out of fucking nowhere.
I know, but I'm saying it's wrong. Like, I would never hate someone based on their gender identity. I would never hate someone based on their race or based on their age or based on the. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would never hate someone based on those ideals. I'm just saying it feels like they're using those ideals as a shield to be like, okay, what's the real motivation here?
And they also have a whole bunch of other figureheads in that community as well for the same things.
Sure, and a lot of them have private jets. So you could attack those people and say, you have private jets. What do you mean you care about the environment? It's a valid point. You should carpool to the next meeting.
Talking about the LGBTQ community.
I know, I'm just saying that there's
they don't designate like one person as like the. It's like it's a community thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you're trying to target one person, you're targeting the whole community.
That's what I'm saying, though, is like if you target Greta Thunberg, then you're attacking climate change. If you attack climate change, you're attacking Greta Thunberg. If you're attacking LGBTQ, you're attacking Demi Lovato. If you attack Demi Lovato's music, me saying this right now, a lot of people are going to say I'm attacking LGBTQ people plus who identify that way. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying.
Demi just sucked beforehand.
I love Demi Lovato's music. I was literally singing Skyscraper earlier. And the other song she has that I really like, I don't know the name of it right now, but...
Fake fan.
But, you know, it's... Sure, maybe I am a fake fan, but is it a question of, is she a fake artist?
We'll never know.
And that's my dilemma, is like, all of a sudden I lost the authenticity.
Are you going to listen to their new album if it came out?
Yeah. Because I feel like that'd be like a make or break. Like, do I feel that you're being genuine in your music still? If it feels like pandering, like even... I love Dua Lipa. Even a few of her songs on her album, Future Nostalgia, felt like were pandering. And one of my favorite songs is a pandered song. I could tell you right now.
She made a song with Pokemon.
Pokemon?
Katy Perry made a song about Pokemon.
Oh, I heard that actually.
Electric.
I haven't heard it yet.
With Pikachu.
Oh, I saw the previews, but I haven't heard it yet. I love Katy Perry. But I love Dua Lipa too. And I heard she's got a song, Boys Will Be Boys. And I think it's a really fun song. I think it's a great message. And then there's this one part in the bridge where she says, if you're offended by this song, you're doing something wrong. And I was like, I'm not offended by it. Like, own it. Like, just it all of a sudden lost its, like, pure intention. It lost its credibility by that one line. And I was like, wow, like, I really like this song, but all of a sudden, like, you just kind of pull off your mask and gave me a wink. You're like, oh no, see what I'm doing here? See what I'm doing? And it's like, I think art is art. Like, just state your piece, do your thing, and like it'll be received how it's received. And I was receiving it well, and it was just like, she's like, take a look behind the curtain, and I was like, oh well, you're just saying it to troll now.
Well,
that's shitty.
I think that she would do that in the anticipation of people being like, what the fuck, like. What about it? Like, what about Boys Being Boys? Or, granted, I haven't heard the song. I don't know the content, but
it's a good song.
It's just like a foresight thing.
I'll play it for you after, and you'll tell. And I just want to know if you think it feels like out of place. Like, I'm gonna write it down. Hang on. It just feels out of place and insincere. Out of a fun song that like. Sounds good, it feels good, and then all of a sudden it's like you kind of get like a little wink. It feels like it breaks the fourth wall musically and lyrically, and you're just like, oh come on man, really? Like you didn't have to go that route. Like I was like, I'm not offended by it in the first, like that's the thing, is like let people be offended by your art, right? Because that's what you're saying, and if that's what you're saying and that's what you're meaning, then just let it mean that. Let it say that. Let them take it the wrong way, because that's not how it's meant to be interpreted.
I will. I just want him to finish that thought. So, do you think, back to Demi, do you think it would be different if she didn't go on different interviews and start voicing her new identity versus just letting it come out naturally?
Absolutely. The way I found out about Elliot was
Twitter.
You guys texted me being like, this person has changed their identity, and I was like, awesome. And like I've kind of always been like, it seemed like they were searching for something they didn't really have, you know? And it's like it felt a little, and that's the thing, is like it's come out in such a bigger way to where it was promoted. It was like thrown in my face. I saw advertisements.
She did it on a podcast, on her own podcast, 4D with Demi.
Mm-hmm. I was just can we pull up a video or something? I want to see.
Negative.
Damn.
I'm trying to get fucking put into oblivion.
Yeah, I'll say yeah. It'd make more sense. We should watch that too after.
I don't want to watch the whole thing.
Not the whole. How long is it?
35 minutes.
We can watch the whole thing.
I don't want to. I don't care that much.
But
yes,
I'll watch it and see.
They came out in their podcast called 4D with Demi Lovato. Mm-hmm. It might have been a natural conversation with this person, Alok Menon.
Wow.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. Haven't
You
watched it.
killed that pronunciation, though. That was, like, really good.
Yeah, I can read.
Barely.
Barely. I can't comprehend, but I can fucking read the shit out of things.
But here's the thing, and, like, here's probably why it feels so scummy to me. It's been everything leading up to it. It's been her on the Joe Rogan podcast being like, I shaved my head, I'm taking the power back. I even commented on that. I'm like, that sounds fucking dumb. What are you doing? Taking the power back? And then she goes to a bakery and she goes, diabetic cookies need to stop. It's all this social justice shit all of a sudden. I'm like, okay, that's more attention. And now you're just kind of a piece of shit. And like after those two things, I was like, those are fucking weird and like out of place and out of pocket. And then all of a sudden, the third thing I see about her in the news or whatever comes up is that she's changed her pronoun, which is fine. I don't care about she's changing her pronoun. It's like
when it's a relevancy thing.
When Kanye was acting a fool to promote The Life of Pablo, I boycotted it. I didn't listen to the album. I still haven't listened to the whole album. I've heard songs of the album because people in the room play it.
Who was in Paris?
But I haven't listened to the whole album. Like I usually do, I sit through the whole album and listen. Because I was like, Kanye's just acting out of pocket and doing all this for publicity. And I was like, I'm not supporting that. And I don't want to be encouraging that behavior by listening to the album because he's doing all this wild shit.
And then he made a Jesus album.
And then he switched up his entire shit. And he's like, I'm a changed man now. It's like, you're 38, dude.
And then he got divorced.
You changed from 35 to 38, and then you got divorced. A Christian man would never do that, you fucker. Like
he would just beat his wife.
I'm like, none of that adds up. None of it adds up.
He is bipolar.
Sure.
Mental illness.
Sure.
Does Demi have mental illness? Probably.
I don't want to draw the line between mental illness and gender identity. But I know a lot of people who struggled with heroin and crack, and they are not the same afterwards.
Demi is bipolar too.
So, good thing there's gender fluid, because if they ever change their mind, right back like nothing happened.
It's funny, Kanye did all this stuff over a 5 to 8 year span, and then he was like, "Hey, I have bipolar depression." Mm-hmm. So it's like, what came first?
The bipolar or the depression?
Gentleman with high concentration of melanin located in the capital of France. That's one of the best,
the most
ways.
Scientific disses I've ever heard. That's hilarious. Well said. That is a very funny way to go around that.
Props.
You figured it out. But yeah, man, for me, it's like I saw this coming, I guess is what I'm saying. It's like I saw her do the Joe Rogan podcast, and she's like, I shaved my head, and it's like, cool. And then fuck these cookies, fuck this bakery, boycott this bakery. No, that's actually a piece of shit move. And it's like, what's next? It's like you've been in the news cycle as much as I've saw Kanye in the news cycle, and I was like, you're just acting wild.
It's like the first
chill the fuck out.
It's like the first two Avengers movies. Like, what are they doing on the third one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It was like, except for I didn't want to see the sequel. I was like, where is this going? And then it's like, I'm changing my gender identity, which again is cool, but the way you delivered it was like Kanye for his album, and I was like not appreciative of that, because he's like, I'm just doing this for publicity. Jesus Walks and like Life of Pablo and like Waves when it was called Waves, and then he changed the name of the album like 4 times, and he updated the album 4 or 5 times. I followed that whole shit, and it was a huge waste of time, because I realized I was like, I'm not gonna be a pawn. I'm not gonna be used to be like, oh, he just needs this attention to sell his album. Fuck that guy.
Do you think he needed to label that he is bipolar to stay relevant, or did people just start paying attention? I believe that, I mean, when I heard it, it was from Kim saying like, yeah, he's kind of unstable.
Yeah, I think it was.
Like
I think
a relevancy thing?
I think it was a relevancy thing, because it's...
But he was such a great artist back in the day.
I still think he's a great artist. He's just
crazy
using that label as leverage. You know what I'm saying? Like he's taking his shortcomings You know what's funny is like Eminem clearly has like Asperger's or something, and he's like rapped lines about it. He's like, you got buns, I got Asperger's. We make a good pair or something, right? But like he's never come out and been like, I have autism. He's never come out and been like, I have Asperger's. And then even Elon Musk recently on SNL, I'm the first person with Asperger's
Openly
to come out on SNL. And I'm like, that's fucking pandering. Because you know mental health is a huge thing right now, so you're going to tell people, like, all you're doing is kind of putting white out over people who had Asperger's on SNL already. Because I'm sure someone had Asperger's or autism on SNL. I'm sure someone had bipolar disorder on SNL. I'm sure somebody had depression on SNL. I'm sure.
they just weren't open about it.
They just weren't open about it. And to call yourself a hero for being open, that's shitty.
That's actually pretty brave.
I disagree.
Because
I think it takes the spotlight away from the people before you who actually suffered with it and were actually still hiding in the closet with it.
But then no one would know. And if you see this figurehead, if you see an Elon Musk who's like, yeah, I just happen to have Asperger, or not happen, but like I have Asperger's, and then it's like, okay, I can do this. And someone else was like, damn, I think I have that, or like I do have that. Like it makes you feel better about yourself to see these other people that be like, it's okay to do that. It's okay to have this disorder, and I can still function. I can still do all these great things, and it's more beneficial for the people who are like, damn, I don't know if I'm okay with saying this. I don't know if like it's okay to be labeled as,
you know what it becomes?
having Asperger's.
It's like charity. It's like it's donating to charity, because it's like you give them a few dollars, and everyone who works for the charity gets paid. And then, like, some of the money goes to the charity. Like, some of the people who donate the money do get a little bit of a benefit, but the people who get the bigger benefit are the ones in that spotlight, being like, "Look at me, donate money to me, and then I'll give a little bit to charity."
We don't really need the millionaires telling us to assimilate and to feel right. It just kind of helps, because if you see someone who you can relate to, and they just happen to be famous, then you have like an ally on your side who happens to be big. And I think that's why they do it. That's why celebrities are the most commonly targeted forms of like these come outs. Elon Musk and Demi Lovato is because they'll get so much Kanye West. They'll get so much attention that it makes the people who also feel, or not feel, but who also fall under their respective umbrellas feel better about themselves.
And I want to point out, too, you said Kim Kardashian was the first one to say he's a little bipolar.
I don't think she was the first. That's just where I heard the news.
Okay, but her and her family are like professional marketers, you know? Like their whole life is...
Sure.
They found success in the fact that they can market themselves.
I believe she was defending him because people were saying, what the fuck is wrong with Kanye? And she said it in an interview and was like, he has this. Please be nice.
I think here's the thing, and correct me if I'm wrong.
That's her husband.
This is where
former husband.
This is where I defer. I think that Kanye and Kim Kardashian are very smart people.
Sure.
So I think without a doubt in my head, they definitely woke up one day and they're like, what are we going to do? How's this going to happen? I think they sat down and talked about it and was like, hey, we'll say you have bipolar disorder.
I'd like to think that's not how it happened, but...
I like to too, but at the same time, it's like they are masters at manipulating because they're great at marketing and they understand how having a big media platform on TV, social media, a big makeup company, they're titans in basically every industry. Like they have to know how to manage that ecosystem, and I think clearly they do very well. So I think it'd be disproportionate to assume that they just didn't think or strategize how to talk about that at any point. I think it was very not scripted, but
planned.
It was very planned. Yeah. Regardless of him having bipolar disorder or not, it was still.
Do you think all celebrities plan it out? Or
I think
just in this instance.
I think Kanye and Demi Lovato are two that I see, and I'm like, you guys plotted this.
You don't think Elon planned it?
I think
Like, I'm gonna go on SNL. I'm gonna host it. And I'm gonna tank the crypto market.
I don't think. Here's the thing with Elon. I think if Elon plotted something, he'd plot it to himself because he's smart enough to make the whole thing
He's
function.
already manipulated Dogecoin.
He's smart enough to make the whole thing function and malfunction just based on his thoughts alone. So he doesn't need to sit down and talk it out with his wife or anything. I think he's actually smart enough to do throwing shit at your neighbor's lawn to animal vaginas to complex nuances of gender identity and pandering. Yeah, pretty much.
This episode's been 102 has been all over the place.
This shit is a bipolar episode.
It is.
The bipolar episode.
But yeah, Elon's completely manipulated the crypto market with this appearance on SNL. Mm-hmm. And the whole entire market tanked. Mm-hmm. Also, it got banned in China. That's why it's also tanked.
He also does the whole Twitter thing, right? So I think he can, and that's the thing, like social media, he's good at manipulating and he understands that shit.
He's charismatic.
I think Kanye and Kim are a team. I think Elon is a lone wolf. He could do it himself. Kanye and Kim capitalized off Kanye's wild behavior. Kanye realized his wild behavior was good for publicity.
But now they're separate.
We'll see how they do, and I'm sure they're going to do just fucking fine. China pulling the plug proves that it's
viable because China realized they couldn't 100% control it, so they left it. Yes. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how it plays out from now on.
And that's the thing. In America, someone's got to be controlling it at all times. Whether it's the media, Trump and his presidency.
And crypto, they can't control that. No one can.
No. But apparently Elon Musk did.
He just manipulated it. Because he was
controls.
Before he was on SNL,
people still lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars because of that.
He was
That's control.
Buy Dogecoin. And then people bought Dogecoin because he's like a relevant figurehead in the tech industry.
Yeah. I recently just lost a bunch of money in the stock markets.
It's like how people are still buying GameStop.
Yes.
People are saying
and AMC.
Still buy GameStop and hold GameStop. I mean, it's held at $180 solid, which is pretty fucking good for
really good.
A dead company. And AMC jumped. It was at 8 the last I saw it, and that's when I bought it. And it I never went back. I didn't make any money off of that. And then I bought Dogecoin, doubled my money, and I was like, peace.
I made a pretty good chunk of money. I made $60 off Dogecoin. I didn't make a ton of money. If I put a ton of money in, I would be so rich right now. Not even funny. But I didn't.
The thing is, like,
it's so risky.
Right now, everyone's trying to look at like the coins that are cost literally nothing, and then everyone's trying to be like, buy this, it's gonna go to the moon.
Currency is a huge scam. Yes.
Money means literally nothing. It's an idea.
It's a concept. It's something we created because people stopped believing in God at one point, and they're like, what do we need them to believe in? The almighty dollar sprung out, and everyone's like, I need that dollar. And now it's a cultural thing. Every song you hear in hip hop or anything, ain't nothing more important than the moolah.
Yeah.
Or even what's the ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay. I got mouths to feed. Ain't nothing in this world for free. It's been around forever, man. And it's like the whole idea, the mentality of like get your money. It makes sense because that's the world we live in. But it's also, like I said earlier, about like Jake Paul being raised. I was like, how bad do we have to fail at raising someone who's 16 to 18 being like, I want to be the first billionaire on YouTube? And it's like, dude, life can be so much more.
Child stars.
Life can be so much more. The priorities are all fucking whack, dude. Everyone's out of whack. And everyone has no idea what they're doing. Everyone's got no idea. Everyone's scared and stupid.
Do you have an idea?
Me?
Yeah.
About what?
What you're doing.
My idea is to be honest and truthful and love and speak my mind. It's working for me.
Love and
I'm
peace.
poor. I'm poor as shit, but I'm happy.
I'm broke as shit.
I'm broke as shit, but I'm happy.
That's the fucking a quote from Tiger King.
That's all I got, bro. I'm poor as shit. This is my idea. It's the whole reason I love animes and superhero movies. It's like
You live vicariously through them.
Try your hardest. Be a good person.
Beat your kid to death. Leave the planet.
Well, ideally, people would be the kid who gets beat and then gets their ass beat and then survives and keeps putting good in the world. And that's the thing, is like, can you get your ass beat, get up, and then keep being a good person? Because that's the hard part, is losing that little bit of light in you, losing that light in your soul. The thing that makes you a good person, having your character to march on. And
as soon as I get double crossed, it's over for everybody.
It's over. It's everybody. Over for you.
As soon as it happens, it's over for everybody.
And that's the thing, is like, no matter how many times I get down in life, or no matter how much money I don't have, is like, just always be a good person.
How do you be a good person?
You don't lie. You don't lie except when you have to. And people would be surprised. You don't have to lie very often. So let's just stick with always tell the truth, even at your own expense. Even when it hurts you. If you did something wrong, tell people you fucked up. Tell people I did this wrong. Apologize. You got to be strong enough to apologize when it's your fault. You got to be smart enough to recognize when it's your fault. You got to be kind to everyone, even when they're not kindest to you. You got to give everyone a chance. You got to sit down and talk to them. You got to listen to their story. You got to listen to the album once through, all the way. You got to watch the movie, read the credits. You got to do the small things. Nice. Shit like that, you know? It's like, it's not hard. It's the please and thank yous that your parents teach you as a kid. Fucking mind your manners. Remember your manners.
P's and Q's.
Yeah, dude. It's like, it's so easy, but it's hard, because if everyone was nice, then one person who's going to be mean is going to capitalize on all of us.
So will you listen to the whole Kanye album fully now? Since you just said it.
I guess I have to now.
You gotta give it a chance.
Give it a shot.
Give it a fair shake.
But yeah, it's like, that's like, my whole motto is like, listen to people's story. There's a saying, it's like, it's hard to hate somebody once you know their story. Like, sit down, drink a beer with someone, find out who they are, find out what they've been through, find out what they're going through, find out what they're going to chase down, find out their dreams, find out their aspirations, and then tell them what yours are. I always say the same thing too, of like, have a vulnerable moment. Like, if you tell someone like, I like anime, then someone else is going to be like, I like anime too. Or they'd be like, I don't like anime, but I do like dressing up as a fox and having sex. And you know what? Accept them for it. Nope. Fucking furry. But it's one of those things, it's like, you gotta try. I'm just rambling at this point. But yeah. I guess I'll give Kanye's album a shake. But
you might end up really liking it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I liked the songs that I heard that were played. I really did. I remember every time that song was played, I was like, "Damn, who is this?" Someone would be like, "Kanye, it's the new album." I'm like, "Fuck, it followed me. It found me." So I've liked all the songs I've heard so far, which is the shitty thing, because it's like, maybe I missed something great, you know?
For you're being all high and mighty.
Mm-hmm.
The furry's paradigm.
That was a rant and a half. Sorry, guys.
Well, we got through it, so guess that's all that matters.
Another thing I wanted to say is I want to read again. I want to read more.
Buy books.
Well, do you have any books? I thought you said you're going to buy a book or something.
I don't have books. I have I have fucking college textbooks if you want to read those.
No, but
want to learn a skill.
Remember the Cthulhu book?
Yeah, I
thought you were going to buy the series or something.
Well, it's not a series. It's a collection of books that have to do with Cthulhu.
Series collection.
It's not a series.
Cthulhu.
They're not like connected at all.
For sure.
Life of Bees, bro. It's canon.
What's Life of Bees?
What the fuck is Life of Bees? The Secret Life of Bees film.
Oh,
American
I've heard of The Secret
drama
Life of Bees.
film adapted from the novel of the same name. What is it about? Wikipedia. Lily Owens lives on a peach orchard in South Carolina in 1964. Her father, T. Ray, is widowed, abusive, and
Potato
often
Cthulhu. It's all the same.
angry towards his daughter, Lily. On her 14th birthday, as the harvest is beginning, societal and personal unrest consumes her life, and a string of events, a mix of mystical, terrifying, and unjust, pushes her to run away and find a better life.
Would you ever just into the wild at all? Just say fuck off and like go live in the woods? Would you join a commune?
No, I wouldn't do that. But okay, so the conditions for me to into the wild it would have to be rejected from the Navy, Raul divorces me, and then I'll do it. So that's like
Well, that's a short list. This is a long duration.
that's at least like 43. We'll be
if you do that, I'll go with you.
we'll be in a domestic partnership for at least 7 years.
If you into the wild it, I'll go with you. We'll build a hut. I showed you the video of the guy making bricks and shit, right?
Oh yeah, I've seen those too. That's probably not that hard. It's just time consuming.
I know. We'll go find a place in the desert or somewhere close to water ish.
The point of going out to
Fucking-
into the wild is to die, guys. Come on, DJ. No.
No, it's not a death. What's it? It's not a suicide cult. I just want to. It's a suicide cult.
I would go out there to die. DJ, I don't want you to die too. You're supposed to live on. You into the wild it when you're having a shitty time.
He didn't go out into the wild to die, though. He
ended up dying.
ended up dying because he didn't have
But
survival skills.
He also hated his fucking life.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Is like, that's like
I would go out there to die.
Reject modernity.
Modernity.
What did I say?
Modernity.
Modernity for the boys. Modernity.
Modernity.
Modernity. Worldly. Except monk.
Monkey.
It looks so simple, man. I don't know why. I watch those YouTube videos and I'm like, there's something so appealing about just boiling grass and eating that grass soup.
Every Monday and Wednesday at the same time, 3 Pacific.
Yeah, every Monday, Wednesday, and then Tuesday, Thursdays on YouTube if you miss us.
If you want to watch the same show over again, go ahead. Be my guest. Doesn't matter.
And that means a lot. Thanks for saying that, man. That's super cool.
Just don't have the free time for that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we still
Or the content.
both have lives, and we can only talk so much, and we talk a ton already. So
Well, I talk very little, but
I
he
talk a
talks
fuck
lot.
ton. I probably could do a show every day of the week if it was just me, Alex Jonesing it.
Yeah, I mean, you could. You can start your own spinoff.
One dude drinking alone.
You have all the equipment. You don't even have to be drinking.
Okay, my last one. Oh, not my last. Oh yeah, we got 4.
Yeah. That's your number 3.
Thinking like a traditional 6-pack.
Nope, 2 4-packs.
Got a little engraving, like a P or something on the bottom.
It's got a weird little
Symbol.
thing going on.
Long story short, man. I want to read again. Be nice.
What do you want to read though? Like, what kind of books are you looking for?
I want something in philosophy, or you know what I was looking up last night is so I know you're gonna laugh at me. I was trying to do some Tai Chi, and
Fuck.
I know.
Practicing kung fu in your bedroom?
No, it's like a meditation thing. It's part of Taoism. So
Yeah, there's more show. He has one more beer. I'm on my last one.
yeah, there's more. You got a little late, but we still got some gas in the tank, man. Don't even worry. It's about Taoism, and like that's all part of like the meditation and everything like that. And what happened was I searched Tai Chi for beginners, right? And I got a bunch of like Tai Chi videos, and it's like just embarrassingly like white dudes being like, breathe in, feel the chakra. I'm like, nope, I'm done. Like, and that's the thing.
Like Joe Rogan.
I watch those. Hang on. It gets better. I see those videos. I'm like, that's not authentic. I don't believe it for a second. Some white dude being like, feel the chakra. I feel the chakra coming, like opening my fucking. I'm like, no, you don't. I can tell you don't. Fuck you.
Cultural
Next
appropriation.
video. That's just fucking probably racism. Like, honestly, like, not even culture. Like, because I meditate. Like, I don't want to say that's cultural appropriation just to meditate, but like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you're just really being an asshole, being like selling something out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like selling YouTube videos and shit.
Tai Chi, short for I can't pronounce that, and I'm not gonna try
For
it.
beginners or whatever.
Sometimes colloquially known as shadow boxing.
Oh wait, I think I know the word you're looking at. Let me see it.
Tai Chi Chuan or Tahiji Quan.
Where?
Tai Chi Chuan or Taiji Quan. Sometimes colloquially known as shadow boxing.
Oh. That's not the word I was thinking of.
Is an internal Chinese
like
martial
gong,
art practice for defense training,
The gong word?
health benefits, and meditation.
G-N-O-G. Gong is actually pronounced shong. That's what I know.
It's not on that list.
It's not the one but I remember I watched a bunch of videos last night about
So
Tai
you're
Chi.
sitting there shadow boxing in your
Well,
room.
you kind of do like a whole, like, the river flows, and then you kind of bring it this way kind of thing.
Fucking Jackie Chan over there.
Basically, but it's like you want to move naturally and you want to not stop moving. It's like it's good exercise actually. And what I wanted to do was I looked up this this intro to beginner shit, and like the top 3 videos were like just white people being like chakra, 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 all over my face. Give me your chakra. And I was like, this is not right. I don't
Look forward.
This feels scummy and disgusting, and I don't want chakra jizzing on my face. And then I scroll down, and there's a Joe Rogan video, and he's talking about Tai Chi. And he talks about a Tai Chi master, a Tai Chi master getting fucked up by an MMA fighter. And it's Tai Chi's like the martial art of China, right? It's like the one that is like founded in China, it's rooted in China, and it's got like it's got a huge cultural impact. Go ahead.
I'm looking up
Karate.
karate now.
I said Tai Chi. You're like, karate, double checking. Got it. So yeah, basically Tai Chi's like a very popular martial art in China. It originated in China, and a lot of people in China do Tai Chi. And a Tai Chi master came to an MMA fighter and said, I bet once I ground my chi, you cannot unroot me. And he goes, okay. And so the Tai Chi master finds his roots, and he's like, I'm ready. Like, you won't beat me.
Does a 1-inch punch.
He's a master, right? He's a master Tai Chi master.
A brick with his finger.
That's what they say. MMA fighter comes up, swings and misses, and I was like, oh. Comes with the left hook, swings and misses. Tai Chi master trips on his cloak. And the MMA fighter gets on top and whoop-ah, 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 for like a good minute before getting pulled off. And then he comes up and goes, and he's like flexing, and everyone's like, oh my God, you fucking murdered him.
Send your chakras now, bitch.
Yeah, ground your chakras, fucker.
Yeah, can't say the word you wanted to say.
No, I couldn't. I fixed it though.
To be fair, white people can master those arts, but you can pick out the ones who have no idea what they're doing.
And that's what I'm saying is like, I feel like white people can master those arts too, but also we could also change our gender identity. And I could be like, you know what? You're probably not actually identifying as that. You're probably just hopping on a bandwagon.
Cornelius Boots.
Cornelius Boots.
Oh, yeah, that is a white man.
Pull up the video. Oh, is that not the...
He said, look up Cornelius Boots, the whitest guy ever, one of the last masters of one Japanese flute instruments in the whole world. Yeah.
That dude is very white.
He's very white. He's a composer.
Albino even.
Not albino. It's just, that's
Tits.
a very,
Ass even.
But yeah, China, I looked up what martial arts are popular in China. The most popular styles are Tai Chi, Qigong, Qigong, and Shaolin.
So basically, Joe Rogan saw this guy get fucked up in a fight by an MMA fighter, which rightfully so. I would never believe in Tai Chi or meditation so much to where it's like, I'm a fucking master. You can't touch me. I can dodge bullets. Like I live in the real world. I know that's not going to happen. But I've meditated, and I do feel a mental change in a bit more control. I feel calm. There's definitely an effect to my body that happens when I meditate. And I've tried Tai Chi before, and there's definitely the same kind of effect where it's like, it feels nice to get out of your chair and move, right? So I read a short study on Tai Chi. Turns out Tai Chi is the best, well, I don't want to say the best, but based on this study, they said Tai Chi is good for people with cystic fibrosis, which is a lung disorder. Because people with cystic fibrosis can't run or do extraneous exercises to stay in shape, but Tai Chi it's so low impact, but it still has complex enough movements to where it works at all the muscles in your body, and it still focuses on breathing and moving to where you have to still, it still is just enough to keep you in shape.
Get some fucking egg weights when you do it.
Sure. But
I'm telling you.
No, I know.
Get some egg weights.
I said sure.
Sponsored by Joe. Plant Daddy also identifies as a big single turbo MK4 Supra with 1500 bhp.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like that tone is like clearly joking, right? Like, sure. But like there's a weird tone where it's like when someone means it, when someone's joking, and Demi Lovato's right in the middle, and I'm like, I don't fucking believe you. That's all it is.
I identify as an attack helicopter.
Yeah, and it's like you could buy a T-shirt that fits an attack helicopter. Yeah, what's it? There are only two. There's more than one gender. Select fit male, female. But it's one of those things, right? It's like.
So what I'm hearing is you're going to be a Tai Chi master soon.
No, I forgot where this was going.
You're going to start doing Tai Chi.
You asked me what I was reading recently, and this is what I was reading recently. I was saying. What?
My pronouns are brr and
I love it. Plant Daddy, you're funny as fuck. You asked me what I was reading recently, and this was it. I wanted to read a report on like how effective Tai Chi was. Tai Chi is actually an effective exercise for elder people.
The old fogies who can't fucking move.
Yeah, so people who get cystic fibrosis or whatever, or lung cancer, or heart disease, or who suffer a pulmonary embolism, or a heart attack, or a blood clot, or a stroke, Tai Chi is a very suitable form of exercise for them because it's very low impact, but also keeps your body moving, which is the important thing. Cystic fibrosis?
Fibromyalgia.
And that's not what I said.
Also called fibrosis, so suck a dick.
It's not what the other one was, cystic fibrosis. It's 2 words.
I know, but literally, fibromyalgia, also called fibrosis, and cystic fibrosis would probably be the same thing as fibrosis.
But for cystics.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, give me a shot, man. Look up cystic fibrosis. It's different, I'm pretty sure. Boom, that's what I saw last night.
A hereditary disease that affects the lungs and digestive system. Fibromyalgia is a disorder characterized by widespread musculoskeletal pain accompanied by fatigue, sleep, memory, and mood issues. Well, why is WebMD lying to me about what is fibrosis?
More importantly, cystic fibrosis is not the same.
Inflammation of fibrous connective tissue, typically affecting the back.
So fibrosis is fibers being inflamed from your cystics.
What does cystic mean? Relating to a characterized by cysts, relating to the urinary bladder or gallbladder.
Nailed it. You guys were there. You saw. I nailed it. I need a goddamn haircut. Look at this.
Alex is a scientist.
Swoop, swoop, swoop. I got 3 little swoops in my hair. Look. Swoop, swoop, swoop. I wanted to do it.
You got 1 now.
You took everything from me. That was today.
So when you get cystics, it's just relating to urinary bladder characterized by cysts. Throw it together, you get completely different shit.
But Tai Chi also does good for people with heart attack, stroke,
So fucking old people.
it is better for elder people, but it does have its benefits. And Joe Rogan was like talking shit about it, and I was like, okay, like, but then I read a study, and I was like, the study says otherwise. It might not center you to your chi or your fucking God, Yahweh out there,
Spiritual energy.
spiritual energies. It probably won't do that, but it is good exercise. At the bare minimum, the lowest impact exercise you can do that is good for you, Tai Chi.
Plant Daddy, I know what was wrong with the Discord last time we tried to get on. It was that the internet connection wouldn't connect it. So I don't know if you are on currently. But, you know.
Oh, can we take a phone call?
If you're there, if you want to
Can we take a phone call?
You should be able to come in it.
Come all over it, Daddy. Plant Daddy.
You know, if you want to try it. We can still work some stuff out.
Yeah, dude, that's the one thing I want to do is take phone calls over Discord or Twitch or whatever. That'd be so sick.
Is there enough time? Of course.
Yeah, dude, there's no stoppage time. We stop when we want to stop, honestly. Like, I feel bad because sometimes we have short shows. Like other shows, we'd stop at like 4 or 3:50. Like we've done short shows. This has been a really good, fun show, though. It's been like 2 hours. So if you want to sit down and try to help us manage getting you into the podcast for a live phone call, we have time. I think I just heard something. Say something.
Talk.
Something.
Hey,
There we go. We're here.
We
Hey.
got him.
You know?
What's good, bro?
There might be a little bit of delay because we're not going through the microphone for Discord.
going
We're
on,
going through
brother?
the stream. How's it going?
What's good? Here, first of all, cheers. Here's to you, man. First live caller. This is cool as fuck. Plant Daddy, the man.
Cheers, brother. I'm drinking the Fight Tire, like I said.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, tell us who you are. Tell us what you do, and
So let's chat, boys. Let's chat. Let's.
yeah,
Let's
bro.
do it. That's what we're here for.
Do we know you in real life, or are
No,
you?
he's in New York.
You're in New
So,
York. Fuck yeah. Tell us about
no,
New York.
You don't. Yeah, you don't know me. I'm in New York. I'm a firefighter. I'm an EMT. I'm an electrician in New York.
Okay. A firefighter, EMT, and an electrician? Are those all the same job you do right now, or are those all kind of just hustles you got to do to pay the rent? Because I know New York is expensive as fuck.
So I'm a firefighter and I'm an EMT as a volunteer, and I'm an electrician, and that's what pays the bill.
Gotcha. He's like iDubbbz. He's an electrician's assistant.
I don't think that was really well.
No, it wasn't. Well, dude.
Yeah, sorry if the responses are a little bit delayed. It's the audio is just a bit delayed.
That's to be understood.
Yeah, it's a little delayed on our side too, but we're happy to work with it, man. Well, let me just say real quick, thanks for your service and your hard work, man. Are you trying to become an EMT or a firefighter? What's the end goal for you?
No, so I am. I've been one for about 7 years now. 7 and 5 years between the two.
Okay, that's cool, man. What got you into that? Did you just want to save lives or just pick up on chicks? Because I'd probably do it for the chicks.
Well, you know what they say about firefighters, right? We find them hot and we leave them wet.
Hey, you know it. That's
Yeah.
my
No,
man.
Go hop in if you want.
Is
No,
Ghost
so
Hand
what,
here too?
He's asking if he wants to come in. He can.
So what really happened was my house ended up burning down, and I ended up joining the fire company that saved my animals that were in my house.
Okay.
Oh man, that's
So
a
that's-
great story.
So that's kind of where the passion came from. They actually brought 2 of my dogs back to life by doing CPR on my dogs. And
Oh,
after
man.
that, that was pretty much the turning point. And I was like, you know what, I could do this. And then it turned into like a hobby, and then it turned into like just something that filled my heart, you know? So
I love that, man. That's such a good story because, like, I love dogs. Like, I mean, like, it sounds so weird to say, man, but like I've got like such a passion and love for animals because they just love us unconditionally. So anytime I see or hear a story like that, it's usually in the movies, but this is like the first like real life story where like someone like saves dogs and does CPR. Like that's beautiful, man, and like that's
and
awesome.
the guys that ended up responding to my house and actually saved my animals, they're still on the fire company. Like they are now some of my closest friends. So it is very much a fairy tale story.
That's so badass, dude. You really went from like friends to family like that. Like,
Oh yeah, and I was young at the time too when the fire happened, and once I got of age, I joined in, and they were still there, and they knew me. They knew me still from
damn.
when the house burned down. Yeah,
And that's what I'm talking about, man. Like shit like that's powerful, right? Like stories like that. That's what I was saying earlier. Like when you say like when Josh was asking me like what is like good or like what's my ideals, and I was like, man, just like the fact that someone saved your dogs and you're like, I want to do that for other people. Like I have the same mentality when it comes to music, right? Like I want to do music because like music gave me confidence and it made me feel good about myself. And I never felt
sure.
good about
Demi
myself.
Lovato felt the same way.
This is my dude, bro. I love him.
And now look at where we're at.
Yeah, yeah. But
now,
like,
now it's a poster. Now she's just a poster.
Time will tell.
yeah, and that's the thing is like we just have to sit and wait and see. You know, maybe one day we'll be 60 and all of our kids will be like, I fucking hate Demi Lovato because she was a snake that one year, remember? And I was like, maybe she becomes the poster child for something bad. You know, she could be infamous too. I think we got to remember like people can be famous or they can be infamous, and you got to be on the right side of history. So it's like unless you do it for the right reasons, you will fall into the wrong category.
The real thing though is like we're talking about this, and it's just like how many other poster childs have we seen fall for the same reason? It's like you see all these artists, and actually mainly coming up in the 90s. I'm a 90s baby, so we saw a lot of artists that were hot, and I'm not talking about one hit wonders. We're talking about a lot of people that started a bunch of culture and then ended up falling to their own devices and ended up either dying because they couldn't get themselves together, or basically just falling off the face of the earth, being the where are you now kind of people, because they could just never get their lives back on track because once again the fame got to them. And it's weird because it's almost like the same thing, except the fame that they're getting now is different from back then. Back then it was just money, women, drugs, blah blah blah, and now it's like people are falling, but they're falling to movements. If we want to use Demi Lovato as our martyr, she started out in the movie industry. She started out in Disney. She was doing her own thing. She had her own demons that she was fighting, and now she's falling to what we know today as being that identity crisis, and that's what she's falling into now. Versus back then, it was crack. It's weird to think, but it's the same concept.
You're right, though. It's like it's still just the social pressure, like the same way crack was in the 80s. It's like selecting your gender identity or being able to speak outright about who you are and your beliefs and everything, and to do it without offending people or rubbing people the wrong way is like kind of the new crack, because you don't want to do crack unless everyone else is doing it. And right now everyone else is doing crack, trying to please everyone and fit in, and at the expense of their own happiness and understanding of who they are. People, I feel like you said, identity crisis. They don't know who they are, so they choose somebody and they're not even still sure who they are, but they've already chose who they're going to identify as. And now society and culture is dictating if you change up, if you switch up, that's an issue.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny because, not to pick on you, but, you're saying, oh, I couldn't listen to Kanye's album. And yeah, I'm going to take it back to that. I'm going to pick on you a little bit, but you didn't want to listen to Kanye's album. But some of the people that fell the hardest, their albums / their music are still classics today. They're still being played. So it's like, are we faulting them? Because they did their thing and their music became classics. We're looking at all these artists that fell to their devices, their music is still praised as being some of the best in the world, of the time, and even to now now they're considered classics because it's older music. But it's like, is Demi going to become a classic? She fell to her own devices, but 10, 15 years down the line, is her music going to become like, the thing where it's like, oh man, she was a great woman, but she just fell. It was just it was just too much pressure, too much stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, man. With
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh
Hey,
shit, what's
Ghost
up?
Hand?
Ghost Hand, how's it going? I'm gonna answer Plant Daddy's question. I'm gonna respond to Plant Daddy real quick, and then we'll get you going in the conversation, man. I'm sorry if that's cool, but yeah,
This
that's
is so cool.
yeah, this is the best. This is the fucking coolest thing ever. That's what I was saying too about history, right? So you're either gonna fall, like you said, 15 years from now, you can still be infamous. You could be famous or infamous. Like, I always take Eminem as the example because people started hating him recently, but like some of his music was still some of the greatest that I've ever known, or like that actually inspired me. And I think people would like clown on him and like talk their shit because they wanted to get him, back in the game, like a kind of a subconscious kind of thing, right? And so he did, and now he's making hit records again. But at the same time, like when you look back, I think people are gonna have to look back on this whole 2020 being like, hey, yeah, there was a pandemic, there was this, there was that, there's gender identification crises, and people coming out and like really challenging the norm. And that's cool, but some people are still going to get exposed. Like, there's a girl who always gets interviewed and says the wrong thing, and like all of her interviews go famous, get a ton of attention, because they go
Mia
bad.
Khalifa.
Not Mia Khalifa, but I don't know if you guys watch Philip DeFranco on YouTube. I get a lot of news from there. I'm not like proud to say it, but like I've been following Philip DeFranco for like years, and I know a lot of people think he's not like a real news source, but he's just one of the people I watch on YouTube, and like kind of like this. Like I just trust their opinion and trust that he's giving the facts. And there's this girl who, it was like during the Me Too movement, she said that like all women should be trusted when it comes to rape. And then her friend came out and was like, I don't trust her. She's just doing it for clout. And everyone was like, yo, you were like the leader of this movement. Like, what the fuck? And then all of her fan base.
Following.
What's up?
Blind following. No, like I'm agreeing with you. It's that blind following where it's like people are just like, well,
but also blind
she
leadership.
hasn't given us a reason. Yeah, she's like, well, nothing has come out saying that we shouldn't believe her, so we're just gonna believe her. But by the time that everything else starts showing up, everybody's so set in their ways that they don't want to believe what may actually be the truth, that maybe something didn't happen. And like you said, it's a blind leadership where they're just, once again with the martyr idea, they're just like, yeah, I'm doing it for the clout.
Mm-hmm.
Her homegirl put her out on blast, and yeah, people still don't want to believe it.
Ghost Hand,
Why shouldn't they?
Go ahead and introduce yourself, and it sounds like you got something to say on that.
Hello everyone, my name is GhostHunter73. My real name is Lucas. Hi everyone. Hi Alec. Hi Josh. It's
Hey,
an
man.
absolute honor to be here on the podcast.
Dude, it's an honor to have you.
What I was going to say is that this idea of guilty before proving innocent is long-lasting, not only in American culture, but in culture in general. We always tend to put a person on blast and never always jump the gun in regards to proof, in regards to evidence, in regards to giving the person time to defend themselves. There is the saying, a person is innocent until proven guilty, but most of history, it's the reverse. A person is considered guilty until proven innocent. And this is very strong in American culture. American culture was very judgmental, not only because of the heavy influence of Protestant culture that was very, very punitive, very puritanical, but you also have stuff like lynching mobs, like vigilantism, like
Social
Like,
justice is
good
what it's
point.
called out here right now.
Good point with the lynch mob. Really good point there.
Especially with cancel culture nowadays.
I think cancel culture is a very thin line to tread because there is some pieces of shit out there that are spouting garbage opinions that deserve to be shitted on. But you really need to take your time, not just believe everything you see on Twitter. Don't go with the mob. Don't form a mob to begin with. Try to, if you think a person is doing something wrong, go and say, look, there's this person, this or she is saying this, and this. So make your own conclusions and take the action you want based on these facts that I just exposed to you. Most
Yeah,
people
and
just go on a hate mob.
that's exactly where the term mob mentality comes from.
Yep.
You explained it perfectly.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
where it comes from.
Not only that, you also have social media. Twitter ruined society. Twitter ruined everything for everyone because you not only have an incredibly small amount of text that you can convey your emotions, but it's you literally can say whatever you want, and you have people that direction their followers to attack or to harass people, or you have people with a hard following that can misconstrue something that they said or take things out of context. Especially, I don't know if you guys know, there is this streamer guy called Vinny, Vine Sauce, and he was recently accused of sexually abusing his fans.
Shit.
And he stopped streaming, he stopped everything, lowered it up, he cleaned everything up, proved that he was completely innocent of all accusations. But again, he is just one person, and other persons passed by the same thing. There's a guy, I don't know, do you guys know the Game Grumps?
Yes.
Yes.
Dan Sexbang recently was against accused of pedophilia, which was disproven. So it's really easy in this day and age to make an accusation, and people just are set ablaze. They don't think, you say that guy is a pedophile, the guy abused me, and literally everyone believes without a single proof. So the thing is, if there's a person that's saying shit like I hate this group, or I want these people to be genocided, or fuck this group of people, they 100% deserve to be shit on. And people deserve to go there and say fuck off, and they deserve to be deplatformed because promoting racism or sexism or genocide is not something that should be allowed. But people need to slow down in regards to accusations. First thing is gonna ask, okay, do you have proof of that? Do you have evidence? Okay, let's say, give me. And essentially, it's in the depersonalization. You're not directly talking to a person. You don't have to face the human contact. It is much more easier to villainize, to depersonalize someone through social media.
Yeah,
That's pretty much it.
If I just want to jump in, man. First of all, I want to say I love the way you speak. You're very almost presidential in a way. Like everything you say comes out very clear. You're very concise with your words, and it's very easy to understand. You're very articulate. So I love hearing you speak, man. It's so well said, and it's so concise.
Your English is great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Your English is
Thank
great.
you.
Just want to put that out there.
Yeah, you know exactly how to say what's on your mind, and like I love that. And then what I wanted to say to the overarching kind of idea of what you're saying was freedom of speech is a huge thing in America. It's a huge culture thing. And I think it's important. And let me tell you why, is because I think stupid people should be able to say what they think and what they believe. That way, smart people can come in and correct them. Do you know what I'm saying? So like when people come out here and say the earth is flat, other people can be like, here's why you're wrong because we have science and data proving otherwise. And then other people can come out and be like, well, not only is the earth flat, but like the government's made of reptiles. And then we can talk to them about that. And it's like, I think the most important thing, which is like a huge part of the reason why we started this podcast, is to open dialogue. First of all, we want to do it cordially, respectfully. We want to drink a beer. And if you think the earth is flat, that's totally cool. I'm more than happy to listen to your evidence and why you've come to that conclusion. And maybe you can even change my mind on it. I'm a very open-minded individual, but freedom of speech is important, because when you were saying about people saying they need to be told fuck you, I think that is an important step, but only because the stupid people, I'm just kind of grouping up people who say something unpopular or whatever about it, and saying stuff like, they say something you agree with, or just say something you disagree with, and then you guys can discuss and then see if there's a middle ground, and then if there's no middle ground, then somebody's either right or wrong. And what you're saying about American culture and it being big, like that's really what it is like, we need people to say stupid shit so we can correct them. I don't know how it works in other countries. I've never lived in another country, but the way it's portrayed here is that a lot of countries will censor or take away the freedom of speech from people and kind of push an agenda from the state's point of view. Like Russia or China will say, no freedoms in this, just watch these shows, listen to this podcast. And we've actually been banned in a few countries. For
North Korea, Syria, I believe just those two.
A few, we've been banned in a few countries
occasions.
that can't
That's
listen
awesome.
to us.
That's how you know you made it.
Well, it's how we know that we're doing something right, It's how we know that like someone is on the censorship side, and the entire thing for us is like,
I'm gonna get us banned in China real quick. Tiananmen Square, Tiananmen Square, Tiananmen Square. There we go. I gotta
Hong Kong, bro. What happened to Hong Kong? Don't forget Hong
Tiananmen
Kong.
Square.
Remember Hong Kong?
Palestine? Question mark.
Palestine, Israel. What's going on? But that's
a little tangent.
But that's the thing, is like, because we live in America, they won't censor us in New York or Brazil or places like that, because it's about freedom of speech and about the freedom of ideas, and it's okay to ask questions, and it's okay to question why something is here, why something exists, and in questioning you find a more grounded, concrete idea in that, and I think that's so important. And the fact that, I am kind of proud in us that we took a two dudes drinking beer podcast from something as stupid as drinking beer and hanging out with people to where it's like we're now canceled in other countries, to where we're not allowed back because of our ideas or things we've said. We've literally already upset the balance of power. And like, I feel so goddamn proud, because it's like, this is who I am as a person. I drink beer, I talk about ideas, and I hang out with people. And it could be that easy, and it should be that easy, and the world should have that. And the fact that we're now bringing it to the world is the coolest fucking thing I've ever had the opportunity to do. And it's because people like you are in this chat talking to us and sharing your ideas and listening to the podcast and doing it the way it was meant to be. So thanks to you guys again, and I hope my freedom of speech comment made sense and answered your, at least threw something into the debate, into the ring, as they say.
It did. It absolutely did. And I think we definitely need to take a little sip of our drinks here. So cheers to you guys for having us on.
Cheers.
The real problem is stupid people with
Last
big
one,
followings.
Please. Yes. The Kardashians of the world, if you will.
Because
bottom line is
people love garbage. That's the problem. People love shit, petty drama and stuff like that. They love it. Guys, I have to go. I have to do some stuff. It was an absolute honor to be talking to you guys.
Thank you for coming out, Ghost Hand.
Thank you very much.
Dude,
and you guys.
Yes, thank you.
Stay safe.
We'll see you next week.
You too. I hope you have a good rest of your day, man. Wow. And I just want to say real quick on the comment of glorifying stupid people. That's the culture that we live in, right? Because Ghost Hand, if you're in New York, I feel like you should kind of know this better than
in Brazil.
Oh, I'm sorry. Plan Daddy. I just looked at the chat and saw the first name. Plan Daddy.
It's me. I'm
Yeah,
Plant Daddy. Pleasure.
Plant Daddy. You live in New York, so I feel like you should know this better than anyone, because at least the way New York is portrayed in movies and TV shows.
I'm walking it.
I'm walking here. I'm here to get my money. It's always
Forget
money,
about
money,
it.
money, money, business, stock markets, money.
Mafia.
Right? Money, mafia, everything. Money comes first, though. And what I wanted to say to that was, like, a lot of people in New York or California definitely realized, oh, people want to see the Kardashians on TV because it's got drama and gossip and this and that. So it's a lot of people chasing the dollar, promoting those stupid people because they get paid for that and they can give people entertainment, right? It's just the entertainment business. But at the end of the day, there's a beautiful quote. I'll pull up the name in a second because I wrote it down, because it was the same girl I quoted, you are the age you are forever. But she said that we are the books we read, the movies we watch, and the things we say. And what she meant by that was, if you read a book about victims, you're going to make yourself a victim. If you read a book about detectives, you're going to be a detective. If you read a book about heroes, you're going to be a hero. If you read a book about athletes, you're going to be an athlete.
If you read a book about animals, will you be an animal?
You can be.
Furries.
Fucking furries, dude.
Fair enough. Okay.
It all comes back to furries.
It always comes back to furries.
Yeah, no, and I absolutely agree. It is exactly that. It's like, you know, the old saying goes, you are what you eat, right? Like, so it's
exactly. It's the same thing.
It's like it, and you know what? It may not even be food. It's you are what you consume.
You are your
right?
content,
So if
yeah.
you consume,
That's
if you
exactly
consume,
it, bro.
you
are what
know,
you consume.
these books, or if you consume these movies and you consume this ideology, then yeah, dude, you're going to want to assimilate with it. And you know, if you watch all these, you know, murder documentaries, it doesn't mean you're going to be a murderer. You could be the detective, but you know, it's you know, it's all the same stuff. Where it's just like, you know, these are the things that influence you. You know, when you're young, you read these books that are either, you know, fantasy, right, which gets you into like Harry Potter or other stuff. It doesn't mean you're gonna be. It doesn't mean you're gonna be
You're not gonna be a wizard.
a wizard. You're not gonna be right. You're not gonna be a wizard because you read or watch Harry Potter. But it does mean that maybe for the rest of your life, you're always gonna have this, you know, mythical ideology that you know, maybe this stuff could be something, but you'll always love it. You always have a passion for it, right? And it's the same thing with being a detective. If you read what's the book with the little girl that was a detective? You know
Nancy
what I'm talking
Drew?
about.
Yeah.
Nancy Drew. That influenced a lot of people into you know, that was their start into that detective, and then it slowly, you know, climbed from that, and now, you know, they're watching Dexter. And you know, they want to become, you know, forensic analysts, but it's
fighting
exactly
shit on your
that. It's what they
ex-girlfriend.
consumed. Yeah, it's what they consume.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you want to be a private investigator, and you do want to realize why your relationship's going down the toilet. You know, maybe it's you, or maybe it's Maybelline. I mean, maybe it's you know, Maybell from across the street. What's going on?
You're fucking funny, dude. I love that. You bring the heat too.
Oh yeah, I can bring heat.
You can hang with the best of them, as they say. And what I want to say, man, is like, that's so true. And like, I feel like when you saying that, it kind of made me realize a few things of like I'm not like a religious person. I'm a spiritual person, right? Like I meditate and I'm talking about Tai Chi and all these other kind of like methods of like connecting to like spiritual realms or astral planes or whatever. And like going between like universes and shit. When I blink, I get the chills. And like part of me always knows that's not true. But part of me also remembers those times when I was a kid and I was reading those books about like religion, because I grew up in a religious family. My mom was super religious. My aunt was super religious. My grandparents were super religious. So like part of that stuck with me to where I'm like, okay, like these things could be out there. These energies, these vibes could be out there. But how do I understand them from a personal standpoint that I don't believe in God? I don't believe in these things. What could it be instead, you know? And I think that's a huge thing. And like, I got a saying for it. It's like pick your hypnotist, you know. Also, Kendrick Lamar's got a thing. He goes, Holly Berry or Hallelujah. You want to be a slave to the pussy or slave to religion? Like, there's so many things out there. It's like, you want to be a slave to the dollar. What do you want to be a slave to? But either way, you pick your master. You know, it's like, and that's so true, because like we've all done that in our own way. And I think it's so important for people to realize that, but people don't key into that. And that's an issue for me, because like you said, like we are the things we consume. So we're like, we're consuming podcasts and entertainment just like anyone else, but we feel
Media.
we consume it also just like anyone else, but we also feel like we need to be ourselves. So not only do we consume something, but we also said we disagree with this, so we need to be ourselves. So we're being ourselves out here and we're putting it out there for you. And you're watching this because luckily you found us, and then second, you agree with us and you feel like, hey, I need to be myself and I'm not with the sheep or whatever it is, you know? And that's like, that's it. That's the start of it. And like, you are not that sheep. You are your own person. Like, you are your own thing. And like, we're all out here trying to figure out who we are. And that's it. And it's like, you could pick whether you're a slave to the dollar, a slave to Halle Berry, if you love the pussy, or, you know, if you got alcoholic, if you love drugs, like everyone's got their vice. Like, what is your vice, you know? And it's like, if people could learn to identify that, because I feel like people can't, that's where people need to, first of all, need to identify themselves, like their weaknesses, and then work on their strengths. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. And I think, you know what? I think what it is more so is that it's more fear-based, where, you know, when you look at the latter side where you're like, oh, you know, drugs and alcohol, or alcoholism in general, or, you know, being an addict or anything, which is funny, it all ties into each other because, you know, you do all this stuff and you're chastised by society. You know, you're outcasted. And that's where the fear comes from, and that's why people don't want to be themselves, right? And then it's funny because they go to all these support groups and they do all these other things, and how many times do you see these people that finally come to terms with the fact that they're weak, and where do they turn? They turn to religion because they have nothing else to hold on to. So they turn to religion for something to hold on to, something that's bigger than them. And it's the same concept. It's like God is the Kanye West. What's up? Or Kanye West is God. What's up? I mean, yeah. But it's you know what I'm saying.
They need to surrender the power to someone else as the way of saying, I accept this.
They need something to believe in, and it's funny because it's like they've lost their identity. And their feel for all that.
They surrender their identity.
True. Yes. Good term. Absolutely. They surrender their identity and basically throw themselves to something else. And it's the same way people blame other things for their own issues. You know, it all comes full circle. It's like, yeah, I'm an alcoholic because it runs in my family. I mean, I got alcoholics in my family too, and in all parts of my family. I'm not an alcoholic. At least I don't think I am. I like beer.
At some point, you gotta choose. It's your actions. Yeah. What you said earlier was it was fear-based, and I was like, man, that's so right. And I wanted to point out too, like that's the culture, that's the system, like you were saying earlier. Like, how many people fall from stardom because they couldn't deal with the pressures of the culture of the times? You know, like Mac Miller, we lost him to fentanyl. How stereotypical is it that a rock star or someone who's famous has to do drugs and party all the time? And I wonder how much of that influenced him to be like, all right, I'll take these drugs, whatever, and it ended up being mixed with fentanyl. Shit like that. Like, you're right, it is fear-based, but like the fear is coming from the culture, the society, the system, and it's all getting shot back. It's like because we see how the masses act, right? Because we watch the TV where we see the masses. The masses say Kim Kardashian's great. The masses say this show's entertaining. The masses say watch The Office. The masses say watch this. The masses say do that. The masses say these are who the Golden Globe winners are. The masses say these are who the Grammys are. You should listen to their music. You should watch their movies. Do this. That's what the fear is. Because if you feel like you stray from that, you feel weak. You feel like a loner because you have the entire United States, you have the entire world sometimes, because the world is connected now, saying that you're doing something wrong. And realistically, you're not. But it's the fear, the culture, and the system pressuring you and scaring you, which is what's causing the fear to act that way.
Yeah. No, I agree. And if you don't agree, then you get memes made of you. You don't like The Office? Grow up. Like what? What, dude? I just don't like The Office, bro. What's going on?
And have you seen the other memes of The Office? It's like, please, bro, Kevin spills the chili. It's so funny. It's the funniest thing ever, bro. Chill. Try it again.
Sometimes that is all people's personality as I watch The Office.
And
that's like the number one thing on dating apps. It's just like, I watch The Office.
Yeah, I mean,
that's their whole
that's their identity. That's their identity. Yeah, you said it exactly.
It's the same thing as like some girls just go to church. God first, you know, and it's like cool, but like
I need something else to work with.
But like, yeah, but like if I play the and like I dated this girl one time who didn't like guns and violence. She had her reasons, of course, but during our dating period, there's this guy who got introduced to the friend group, and he was hanging around all the time. And he was a cool dude, and we've since squashed everything because I'm gonna tell you something. Basically, I got super insecure, and I was like, "Bro, you're hanging out with my girl one-on-one a little too much. You need to stop." And he was like, "Bro, it's never like that. This and that." He ends up moving back to where he came from, and we ended up breaking up, and like I said, I talked to the guy now, and we're all cool and everything. But at one point, when this dude was over, he's like, "Let's watch Fight Club." And my girlfriend at the time was like, "I don't like guns." But because he suggested the movie, she's like, "Let's watch Fight Club." And I was like, "There's a lot of guns. There's a lot of fighting. You said you don't like these things. You told me to not let you watch movies with guns and violence." And she happens to be Canadian, which is why I have a prejudice towards Canadians. It's not really like I hate Canadians. It's just like when I make fun of Canadians, like her whole family was like, "Sorry, I'll give you a loony and a toonie."
It's coming from a real
Canceled.
place.
So I want you guys to know that's where it does come from. But that's where it comes from. But this dude who was like, I was 100% convinced at the time, cheating with my girlfriend, suggested a movie about violence and guns and like just fighting, and she was like, "Yeah, let's do that." And she's like expressed to me time and time again, like, "I don't want to watch anything with violence. It is your job as my boyfriend to protect me from that stuff, and if you know that the movie's got violence or blood or guns or anything, just cover my eyes."
First of all, that's not my job.
You know what? I was 18 or 19, and I was like, "You got it, baby. I will protect you. Just let me have sex again." Anyway,
How cute.
I know, I was adorable. But basically, we watched the movie, and I'm like, "Cover your eyes, a scene's coming up." And the entire time, I was like, "This is about to happen. This is about to happen. Cover your eyes." Or I'd cover her eyes. And she's like, "Stop." And I'm like, "Okay." All of a sudden, like, you like violence and guns. Cool. So halfway through the movie, it steps up. If you've seen Fight Club, it steps up in violence and gore. So it goes like fights to like battered faces and like your head gets shot open. Like it's there, brains on the floor. Because she reacted that way, I was like, "Fine, I won't cover your eyes." And then she saw like the brain spill out, and then she saw like the guy's face get beat in. And she's like, "Why aren't you doing this?" And I was like, "You said you wanted to watch this movie. I told you we shouldn't. What did you want from me?" And it was one of those things. I forgot where this was fucking going. I just turned it into venting about myself again. I'm so sorry. But like, basically, it's like,
Influenced.
yeah, like
Blind following.
blind following of like, there's this new dude in the group who maybe she thought was cute, maybe she didn't, whatever. Regardless, like, she just saw that guy's reaction to the movie and was like, "I want to watch the movie," until the part where I said, "You're not gonna like it," came up, and I wasn't protecting you anymore. And now all of a sudden it's a problem, and then it's my fault after I told you you shouldn't watch the movie. Dude ended up leaving. We finished the movie. I love the movie. It's a great movie. She's mad at me. She's like, "You shouldn't have let me watch that movie." And I was like, "I fucking told you not to." And it became that same argument of like, "Dude, like, I don't know what you want from me. Like, you tried to impress this guy who you know I don't like you hanging out with, to like seem cool or whatever. And now all of a sudden you're gonna have nightmares or whatever because you try to be someone you're not."
That's such like a
Can I ask
blindly.
you something?
Yeah, what's up?
No, I want to hear. I want to hear his comment.
Okay.
It's such like a blindly ignorant thing to exist in a world where like you want to ignore all violence or guns or any sort of gore or
In
blood.
America, nonetheless.
That's such a fucking stupid thing to wish for.
Yeah.
But can I just say, is that not an attestament to her integrity?
I mean, it is.
Is that, you know what? She tried it, right? She tried it.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted she whatever the influence was, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Guy, you didn't like him. You thought something funny was going on. It is what it is. But it's like she tried it, and because of her ideology and everything else that she was raised to believe, she still ended up not liking it. I feel like had she been like, "Oh, this is great. Why have you been holding this?"
Then that would have been a great moment
for all this time. It could have been a revelation, sure. But then it's also, like I said, but it's also kind of like an attestament to her integrity that, like, you know what, she's held fast in her values, that when she was confronted with that devil and angel on her shoulder, she still chose the angel to be like, yeah, you know what, this is still not for me, and why didn't you help me? Yeah, you know what, it doesn't seem like the relationship was too, sturdy to begin with, and that's not a dig. That's just
no, man. I mean,
from the outside looking in, you guys aren't together now. It is what it is.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not together
We're
now.
different people.
But it's
all
also, yeah. You know what? And, maybe it wasn't meant to work out in the end. But regardless of that, you are who you are. She is who she is. And when you tried that in between, which he was the catalyst. The catalyst. It still didn't work out for her. And that should have been more of a learning experience than anything. Not saying for you, but for her to realize, you know what,
everybody in the
this
room.
is really not my thing, and it's not going to be my thing. And I tried it, and you know what, it's still not my thing. So, and then that should have been the like later on, you could be like, you know what, yeah, this isn't gonna work for me because I am this way, and this is what I enjoy, and she cannot be down with that. So it's like
I said, at the end of the day, we just weren't the same person.
No, for sure not.
And it's important, like I said, it's important to learn that. And again, I'm gonna try and circle it back to, like, if people could just learn their shortcomings and accept it. Like, now I know what kind of girl I need. I need someone who's not gonna be like, no violence, no guns. You know why? I like violent movies and I like shooting guns. It's fun. And, like, it's kind of just owning who you are, right? Like, there's a guy out there for her. There's a girl out there for me. It's the generic, like, plenty of fish in the sea thing, but, like, at a certain point it is true. Like, I know there's plenty of people who are out there who are like
7 billion.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a girl out there who's going to enjoy shooting. I'm sure there's a girl out there who likes Fight Club. Like, and not that those are, like...
You could be in China.
Maybe. But we're banned from China.
Stuck behind a wall.
Yeah. Free Hong Kong.
And we already said Tiananmen Square, so they're not going to see this.
We're already blacklisted.
Canceled.
They're not going to see this.
Yeah, that's funny too, right? China's already canceled us. We've already been canceled from North Korea. We've been canceled by other countries before our own country could cancel us. That's a blessing. That's a blessing,
that's the
bro.
thing is, we live in a great country. The USA is not going to cancel you. We have a literal written doctrine that says
the people will.
Yeah,
the country won't.
We the people, like, it says freedom of speech. It's our top list of things.
Number 2, right next to we have a gun.
Yeah, right to bear arms and freedom of speech. Anybody that doesn't agree, you're probably not in the right place. You're probably not in the right place to keep it, PC. You're just not in the right place. And I don't need to keep it PC because we live in America, but
Facts.
for the sake of the cast, come on now.
And that's the thing too, is like I'm a little sporadic here, I feel, but just to keep not to belabor the point, but to keep the point going too, is that the world wants PC. Small groups like us probably are like grown up enough to understand you don't need to be politically correct all the time, but other people are like, let's just give them Kardashians. Let's fucking just entertain the masses with makeup, Kardashians, and then Chris Brown will beat a woman a year. How does that sound? And everyone's like, yeah, that sounds good. And they just go with that. Because you know why? The world's scary. Like I said, like there's the United States is in 5 wars currently. One war started this year.
Israel and Palestine are going at it right now too.
And we're involved in that. We're in Syria and in an intervention in Libya. We have 5 ongoing wars. I bet if you go down the street and ask someone who watches Keeping Up with the Kardashians, they'd be like, no, we're not in war. We have 5 wars with 5 different countries ongoing right now on record from the United States. You can Google it. It's on Wikipedia. It's 5 ongoing wars. One started this year. We're at war. We're a war country.
That's what all of our money goes to.
But everyone would rather just look at the Kardashians, look at the fucking comedians, look at the fucking Wonder Woman 1984 movies.
Tits and ass.
And that's just how they are. I've always felt like I've seen the bigger picture, and I feel like this is only grown up's only proven it, because I have the wherewithal to look at where are we going to war and all that, and know that the U.S. is backing the war in Syria right now, and Libya, and all the interventions. They call them interventions now. But like it's all the United States is. It's big. The system is big. You can't stop.
Bigger than us.
For sure. Bigger than.
It's bigger than us.
Unless we were a sovereign nation as big as other places with nuclear weapons and technology, you can't compete.
So what's the point of becoming a politician?
Money and power.
The system.
Money.
The system
Money
goes
and power.
beyond them as well.
Sure does.
They can't do
That's
shit.
why it's a system, because there's 3, and that's the thing. There's 3 the checks and balances, right? Executive, legislative, and
435 state representatives in the House of Reps.
right. And it's like they realized they needed to break it up. That's why when you go to McDonald's, there's a crew member, a shift lead, an assistant manager, a GM, a franchise owner, an AOC for someone who's looking over 10 stores at once. Like it's all the fucking power. The power structure is visible. They're not hiding it. But with the power structure, it is fucking do it or do not, but get out of my goddamn way. I just want to let that one breathe.
Drops mic.
That's it. That's all there is to say.
That's it. 2 dudes drinking beer. This
Two
has been
dudes
the
drinking beer.
Drinking beer podcast.
Do it or
Thank
do
you
not.
guys for joining us now.
It's just, I mean, there's no real point. I mean, because the system has been in place for
300 years.
For a long fucking time, and there's no changing the system because that requires like a whole hard ass restart.
66% of votes.
Requires a whole
A
restart.
popular majority.
And so that's not going to fucking happen anytime soon. So there's really no point in being like a senator besides like a paycheck. There's no like actual want to do this.
And I said the same thing too when Biden got elected. Biden gets elected and then they like bomb Syria and everyone's like, what the fuck, Biden?
They were going to do that with or without
And
him.
I was like, whether or not Trump, Biden, or a goddamn monkey was in the White House, it would matter not, because the United States is a fucking entity built of a bunch of branches
basically a corporation.
of military. Yeah, you're right. They have their HR department and everything. That's the legislative branch. They have the military, the CIA, the executive branch. They have everything. FBI. They have all these branches, and then they have federal and state law enforcement.
NSA.
They have everything they need to do. That just with or without a president, bro, the United States would run. I promise you, because the general.
they're just a figurehead.
Yeah, exactly. The general was like, yo, we need to bomb them now. We have 100% facial ID on this guy. He's a general for the Afghan army. He's killed a bunch of Americans. He's in this airport. Let's bomb it. And then Biden was like, sure. You don't want to know why? Because Biden knows the rules. If Biden said anything, spoke out again, they'd JFK his ass. They'd fucking JFK you.
And it took 10 years to find bin Laden.
It took 10 years to find bin Laden. And you know what? He has Ferraris. So, you know, just go up with the fucking Islamic DMV or whatever and figure it out. Third cave on the left. Got it.
They actually only found bin Laden because he was in this compound that only one person left. Only one person was allowed to leave this to go reconnaissance or some shit, get actual information about what the fuck was going on. No internet, no TV, no nothing. Just one person allowed to leave. And it was in this like a neighborhood. And people were like, that's normal. And then the fucking Navy SEALs were like, that's not normal.
Yeah. How hilarious is that too? Where they're just like it makes sense if you guys had TV and trade and different things. But the Navy SEALs were like,
I don't know about that.
no,
one,
he's probably
Chief.
there. Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Like that's how much that's the watching capability, right? To where they're literally watching everything to where they'll be like, you know what? It ain't normal to have that, and like it's kind of weird that you got someone on there like only sending out one person to do trade and shit. Like that's not normal. We should move in. Like that's the obscurity we're looking for intel. You just gave it to us. Congratulations. You played yourself.
It's a nice looking room you got there.
Yeah, man.
You're only as strong as your weakest link, right, boys? So
Yes.
Facts.
that was their weakest link.
Facts.
Bin Laden in his compound.
That one dude was like, "Yo, I gotta get milk. I'll be right back." And they were like, "Psych." You thought
He gets back while the fucking Navy SEAls are doing their raid. It's like, oh shit.
It's the whole shit's on fire.
he's like, "All right,
that's
boys,
a
I'm gonna
fucking-
head out."
That's a fucking movie waiting to be happened.
He left the fucking door unlocked. It's like, oh shit.
Jesus, bro. Because he's like, oh. He's like, the good news is, the bad news is my boss is going to have my ass for this. The good news is my boss is fucking dead. National Lampoon shit.
What do you think that guy did after? Like the guy that like let everything slip. Like what do you think he's doing now?
Oh, he's probably
like
dead.
if he wasn't captured. Like I'm saying, like if he wasn't captured, what do you think he'd be doing now?
Selling cars.
Like you think he's like sipping mimosas in like Dubai or something, just hiding out?
Probably working in a hookah shop.
That's too accurate. Yeah, he probably had victory sex with a
life.
camel and then fled the country. And he's either in Britain or the US right now selling hookah or...
He's hanging out with Tupac in Cuba.
Yeah, dude, he's chilling. Like, yeah, he probably, for all we know, he was a CIA agent who was living undercover for 15 years.
Shit.
Working as Osama bin Laden's right-hand man. For all we fucking know, that was the plot.
Didn't bin Laden and like JFK eat like at the same diner or like someone we were at war with?
Bin Laden was not before 9/11. Bin Laden was not.
He's just like a regular dude.
It wasn't uncommon to see him in America buying like a Ferrari or something.
He was just like a dude.
Yeah. They did a documentary about it or something. Like he spent all of his money on like Ferraris. Like he was imagine Jeff Bezos all of a sudden getting like China being like, we want Jeff Bezos dead. We'll give you $10 billion.
Say less.
Right. But like, but that's what it was. It was like, let's take the leader of this country and be like, who can kill him first? Let's whack a leader. And that's it. I mean, it's as simple as it is for these guys. What do you got? What's the towel on your mic stand, bro?
We're looking at your camera.
Yeah,
now.
we just opened up your camera, I guess.
What's up, guys? It's me. I am playing Daddy Streams. You know what I look like now. This is literally just to wipe down my keyboard, my screen, and everything else that might be a mess.
Oh, well, is there anything you want to shout out or plug right now? You got the platform, man. I thought that's what you're trying to do. I was like letting you get a second for it.
No, dude, I have no advertisements, man. I'm a free agent. I'm just here living my life.
What do you stream?
Nothing.
Are you called Plan
I
Daddy?
literally got a $5,000 worth of streaming shit just to be able to sound cool on Discord. That's it.
You sound great.
It works.
You
That's it.
you did something right.
I'm just here to sound not cool. The cool was a bad word. I just wanted to sound
Official.
good
You want to sound
quality
official.
to my friends on Discord. That's it.
You could stream if you want. You have a good setup
Shout
for
out,
it.
You know what? Shout out Aston microphones.
Okay.
I'll say that. Shout out Aston microphones. I'm using the Aston Origin, and it is a top-notch, amazing vocal microphone, as well as just like an everyday just speaking microphone. So
They hook you up with a good deal, or you just like it?
I just like it. No,
Okay.
I just like it. No deals, no nothing. I'm not sponsored by anyone but my 9 to 5.
Facts.
Yeah.
You call yourself Plant Daddy. You got a few plants behind you. Is that why, or is there a reason behind the name?
You know what? I do like plants. This is just a small amount of the plants that I do own. The rest of them are actually sprawled throughout the house, and there's actually, there's
Behind the mic, yeah.
another, yeah, there's more plants just hidden all around the house. So I was just like, you know what? I like plants. I was like, just call me Plant Daddy. What's up?
Hell yeah, dude.
Got the green thumb.
Like I said,
Yeah,
own it,
that's
bro.
all.
We had
Own
a
it.
fucking succulent on the set, and we managed to. Well, I managed to kill it.
Padee, he gave us
By,
money for a fucking succulent.
I overwatered it. I got flies.
Yeah.
Turns out you're not supposed to water it at all.
Nope.
He literally
Yeah,
was he literally was like, "Don't do that." And the one thing
in
we
the
were told not to
summertime,
do.
in the summertime, once every like 2
drowned
weeks.
it.
In the wintertime, once every other month. That's it.
Yeah, I watered it every day.
Yeah.
Is it? Do you?
Yep.
he's like, yeah, dumbass, that'll do it.
That's the number one thing not to do. That's the number one killer of plants is either underwatering or overwatering.
We did the overwatering.
Yeah, you did the latter one.
I just
yeah.
wanted to be
That's all good.
responsible.
I was gonna say, do you want us to throw you on the stream? Because I don't know. I see you right now. I don't think the audience sees you.
No, they don't.
The audience does not see me. You know what?
You don't wanna be seen?
No, it's not that I don't want to be seen. I'm actually in class, so my camera's gonna turn off as soon as I get back to the main room.
Oh hell yeah!
But I just wanted to pop in so you guys could see who you're talking to. You know,
Hell
like
yeah.
engage you guys while you guys engage me and engage the audience. And
Appreciate you.
what I'm
man.
here for. Yeah, for
Fucking
sure.
appreciate you. You and
Like I,
Ghost Hand, man. You guys fucking came
Yeah.
through today. You fucking
yeah,
showed up,
the Brazilian king.
dude. Yeah, man. And
His English is crazy, dude. Oh my goodness.
was good.
You
He was
could
articulate.
tell he's fucking smart.
He is an
Yeah,
orthodontist.
he was very articulate.
Yeah, he's smart. Like he's the dude you want to know.
He will take out Alec's wisdom tooth for like $60.
Yeah, if you ever need if you need dental work, bro, take a trip to Brazil. We'll hook you up. We'll connect you guys. He'll hook you up. He said, "I'll rent a room. I'll do the room. I'll do the operation in a room that I rent
Basically, just pay for
s-
anesthetics.
for basically free." And I'm sure he'd appreciate the work. So, let's see.
Shameless orthodontist plug.
Hey man, look, you guys cover us, we cover you. If you guys got some dental work or if there's a fire, I'll let you know about it.
Yeah, I can fix that. I definitely can fix that.
Go put out this fire. You got it. I'll be there in 12 hours.
Or electric problems.
Or electric problems.
Yeah.
Let me
or
ask you this.
medical problems.
Let me ask you this. I got a studio, right? And I got a lot of electrical interference and like a lot of AC noise. How do you properly ground? Because everything on YouTube that I'm seeing is saying just give every outlet its own ground. Can I just get a shop of metal and get that little ground watt? No, I didn't think I could. How do I ground? How do I properly ground an outlet?
That's legitimately just not how that works. And unfortunately, what you are going to need is just more sound deadening because it's just ambient noise. I'll put it this way, and this is from the National Electrical Code, NFPA.
Damn.
And I just so happen to have.
He threw the book at me. He threw the fucking book at me, dog.
Right, that would have been a good moment for the audience to see me. That would have been a nice little like zoom in.
Oh.
No. So what it's gonna take is just sound deadening, honestly, because if your outlets and all the other electrical in your house is actually to code, it's got its own. It's got its own ground, and I venture to say that a lot of the people that are saying that there's electrical interference with this, that, and the third, they're not electricians and they don't understand how electricity truly works on the fundamental basis. What I would say is if you're getting a lot of interference and feedback from all these other things, what you're gonna have to do is just start turning things off.
See what it is causing it.
And yeah, well, yeah, that for one, but two, just putting up just sound deadening, more sound deadening, just things to actually absorb that ambient noise. That's pretty much all that's going to help you.
Let me ask you this. We have 2 power conditioners in this studio right now. We have one for the fridge and then one for my soundboard. For the first 2 shows, it did everything for the soundboard. Now for the other shows, it stopped working, and then we got a power conditioner for the fridge. Do you know anything about power conditioners, and what's your take on that? Because I hear a lot about it's snake oil, don't buy it, but I also hear a lot of it's a necessity. So I either hear don't buy it or you absolutely need it. There's been no in between so far.
Dude, I am going to be 100% honest with you. I have no idea what you're talking about when it comes to a power conditioner.
It's basically like a power strip that filters electricity. So when this just kicked on and it pops every time it does.
But it didn't hear it in the headphones this time, right?
Yes.
You did?
I didn't hear.
There's no electrical surge. So usually, when you turn something on that requires a lot of electricity,
we hear it in the headphones.
It's gonna this electricity spikes, right? Because it's a big flow.
It's surging
needed.
the power.
So basically,
you want to know the?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, honestly, since you mentioned it, I can hear it since you're directly next to the refrigerator. But Josh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Josh. I can hear it because you're directly next to the refrigerator. Alex, I can't hear it at all because you're 4 feet away from it. So yeah, if you were to do that, but I might think maybe just you guys are close. You guys are with each other every week. Just get a little closer and a little farther away from the refrigerator. And I think that might actually fix it.
Hey, buddy.
But
hey, bud.
just,
hey, gorgeous.
Yeah.
You smoke rocks.
Actually, if you give me a little sound check right now, real quick.
Sure.
Hey, how's it
Josh?
going? Do you hear the refrigerator now?
It's actually a lot less now that you moved away. About what is that? 18 to 20 inches.
About.
It's a lot better. It's less. It's less prominent now. Yeah, it's a lot less prominent now.
Also, just turn the mic. Ready?
Now it's facing the refrigerator.
Yeah, man.
Now it's not.
Well, and that's the thing is it never picked up in the recording for you guys for the stream, but it always played in the headphones. We'll hear little clicks and pops because when that turns on or something else turns on, it just sucks a lot of energy and it fluctuates the power demand.
Yeah, the actual surge.
Yeah,
the surge of power.
What the power conditioner does, it keeps it at a stable level. That way, it doesn't click and pop every time something turns on or off. And it's helped a lot, actually, until it helped with 1, then it helped a lot better with 2.
Really, we only needed it for this.
We don't know that.
As soon as I got one for the fridge, it stopped happening.
It didn't do it for the first
power
week
draw
either.
for a fridge versus a conditioner would probably, or
a mixer.
Not a conditioner. The power draw from a refrigerator is a lot more than you're gonna get from the mixer. So yeah, it would probably be more prominent for anything that's got an immediate draw in it, like the compressor on a refrigerator, turning on, or a microwave turning on.
Because it's really
something
just
that's an instant draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we call that is actually interference. That is actually called interference because what ends up happening is when something draws, as the power goes like this, when it draws, it actually disrupts that flow, and that's where you get the noise.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think the casing and the cabling, it's got shielding in it alone should filter EMI and RFI, but for whatever reason, if it was plugged into the wall like the refrigerator was, it wouldn't. It would still pick up those power spikes. But then we got the other one. And it solved it perfectly. But it's just been a pain in the ass because the room I was trying to record in had a bunch of noise. And I know you're right. It's just I wanted to ask if there was a shortcut because I wanted a shortcut. And I know there's not a shortcut, but you just reaffirmed me. There's no fucking shortcut. Do it right. Do it right the first time.
Yep. Do it right.
Yeah. And now I know.
And now, the more you know.
The more you know. Is Phantom still kicking it with us? I know we've been.
He's probably here.
He's probably here. It was just probably background while he's playing fucking a video game or something. He's still here. I don't know about you, man, but I'm hungry, and this has been a great show, and you've been an awesome guest.
If you ever did want to be
Absolutely.
on the show as a full-fledged guest, we'll get your face on here and everything. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk. Just let us know. We can schedule that
We can figure that out too,
if
man.
you would like.
I mean, hey, now that my Monday classes are actually done, I can do Mondays. So maybe I'll catch you guys on a Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And once this class is over on Wednesdays, then we could do a little summertime guest special.
It is almost summer.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I'm done with finals on Friday.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of the camera, as you guys can tell. It's just, I have other stuff going on, and that's another reason why I said, man, I wish you guys streamed more than just Monday and Wednesday, because I would tune in a lot more. But Monday and Wednesday, when you guys go live, I'm going to class,
Hell yeah.
And unfortunately, for the class that I'm in right now, I have to be on camera.
That sucks.
So, yeah.
But it is what it is. We'll survive it.
But we got summertime coming. My Monday class is over, so if you guys want to do a feature, we can definitely collab something for sure.
Hell yeah, dude.
We'll work on that. Yeah, that'd be fun.
All right. Well, go ahead and if you want to plug anything, or at least just give us your name and shout out the microphones again, and just say goodbye to the fans.
What's up, guys? Formal introduction. My name is Devin. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Subscribe to Two Dudes Drinking Beer. Make sure to come and drop a follow. Subscribe if you can. And we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Till next time.
Hi, I'm Josh.
I'm Alec. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Goodbye, everybody.
Peace.